Hello again, and welcome back to the Dev Plays the Crucible of Avarice, using the Animite Tales tabletop RPG system. Last episode, we saw ourselves with the gang all but missing one, Anarche, who had disappeared as the 24 hours was up. After a lengthy conversation with Stilton Maximilian, the one who created the Crucible of Avarice, a global tournament that was practically almost over. Eventually, he was given 5 questions, in which after he had answered them, the only 2 that really mattered to Anarche's true nature was, would he take the money of over 1 billion stars, credits, units, gold pieces, and every other piece of currency in the world, or would he instead take the Miracle Stone, a massively powerful stone said to have powers unbeknownst to some, and with an ability to overpower all, as well as the ability to have one wish. After this was offered to him, Anarche chose the stone for his own particular reasons that were stated, and then he was given one final question. Would he like to end the tournament, known as the Crucible of Avarice, or would he allow it to continue on? Since he was the champion, he would be the only one to be given this option to do so, but if the tournament would go on, instead, people would be allowed to change the rules once they had gained a golden band. Instead of waiting 24 hours once they had gotten 999,999,999 points, instead the band would go gold, and they would then be given the option to then alter, or at least add, one rule to the Crucible of Avarice. Anarche chose the latter, and then was allowed to go back to wherever he wished, which he went back to the island. The rest of the party had only just escaped at the clutches of Fergus yet again. However, Anarche, after now coming back with the Miracle Stone, instantly destroyed and erased from existence the Seraphim of Time that Fergus had control of. After the rest of the party were healed by Aldous, the party was able to find out the location of Fergus. Once they had found him, they then went to him, 2 of which 2 members of the Ushamar clan went with. Upon the arrival, Ferb was able to fire into all 4 of the current Ferguses there and kill all but one, and injure gravely the corpse of Lord, who had been resurrected merely hours ago. In his last-ditch effort attempts, Fergus awakened the personality of Lord, hoping that things would turn out for the best. However, once he had awakened, it had actually been revealed that not only Lord hates the use of other people's free wills being used without them, but also their free will being tainted or changed or controlled. Because of this, once he had truly awoken, 2 things happened. The first, everyone except for Anarche were unable to move as suddenly a great force was pressed upon them, including Ferb, who had then been placed onto the ground, and everyone else had gone to their knees. And the second one was that he then killed Fergus after finding out exactly what it is that had been done to him. After he was then going over to the party to ask a few more questions, learning about his descendants, as well as learning about what had been going on in the world, he had then been interrupted by Ferb, 2 of which he broke Ferb's right arm without even touching him. After he pasted Ferb against the ground, he then went over to stand about no more than 2 meters in front of Felix Fatigue and asked him the question of, "So, do tell me, because this is quite a perplexing question. I hate that I even have to ask this, but are you a stockpile user?" We now come back to the rest of the party, just after this question has been asked. You can attempt to do so.
So, would this be...
I just realised you were muted. Could you just repeat that question again?
Could I attempt to stand up?
You can indeed.
Okay, would that just be labor or?
That will be labor, yeah.
Okay.
You are in a transformation, however, I will just remind you have lost 3 points so far from your stockpile.
Okay, so am I at 31 then?
Were you at 34 beforehand?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. That doesn't change my...
It does not change your strength, that's fair enough.
Yep.
Let's see what you get.
If it'll load. If it'll load.
The dice bot is being great today.
Yeah, the dice bot loves me today. Who needs dice rolls in this game about dice?
Yeah. I'm actually going to quickly just roll something to see if it's even doing it as well.
Yeah.
Oh, it's working.
There it goes. 2 berries.
2 berries. Okay, so as you try to get back up, you actually feel the pressure hasn't increased. You just can't find your strength.
Yes. Yes, I am.
Oh. Well, that, I'm very sorry for you then, chap. And I'll get back to that in a minute. But first, I must see my beautiful grandchildren. As he walks past Anarche, right over to Tori, who had been using her ability to create a spatial distortion around the room, disabling any of the Fergus's leaving, as well as Sasaki, who currently, the two of them are also currently paralyzed with this field. You are glorious. I never expected that I would have grandchildren. How many descendants do I have? Oh, my apologies. My ability must be quite straining on you. He touches Tori's shoulder, and suddenly she feels a sudden release of this field on her, as you notice that her body is able to suddenly start moving again. Any of you who can see this, you're seeing this. I want to point out, Ferb, you can because that your head is like pointed towards them. Anarche, you can sense this. Felix, you can't see, but you can hear this. Stan and Aldous, since you're at the back of this group with them, you can see this.
I mean, I can also just turn around and look, right?
You can, yeah, because you were the only one who actually succeeded the strength roll, yeah.
Yeah.
She is able to suddenly move herself, and his hand is still on her shoulder.
I did not type that.
Okay, just someone delete that.
Yeah.
I shall do that. Move on.
Ignore that. Okay.
As she sort of like loosens her shoulders up, and she's suddenly able to move, as it seems as though she's also breathing. Her hands are still in this the same position that she had placed them when activating the ability. You are far too beautiful to just be wearing a mask, but please answer me my question, child. From the 5 children that you had, there were many descendants. So far, there's at least 18 of us, not including your 5 children. He then looks upwards, like his head just goes up. Never in my wildest imaginations could I have thought that I would have had such a positive impact on the world. Thank you. And you don't need to use that ability anymore. I highly doubt that he's going to be coming back, and if he does, well, let's just say that he's not going to be a match for the rest of you, now is he? She lets her hands go, and Anarche, at the very least, you sense a disturbance that is around this place suddenly disappear. He then lets go of her, as the field then sort of strengthens itself. But as he sort of lets go, he then says, "You must use your ability. I know that you have a way of making this not function against you." As you feel her body go intangible using her other ability. as she just floats there. He then places his hands behind his back and turns around, nonchalantly walking back up to the front of the party. He then stops, spins around, and then is staring right into the face of Felix again. Now, my lad, there are many reasons why I lost many years ago, but do you have any idea how much pain and passion one man can unleash?
I do.
I'm not surprised at that, considering you are a mood muscle. But my question is, are you a willpower user?
I am.
At least you're an honest man. I'm afraid to say that the man who killed me all those years ago, his name was Origin. First ever superhero, they called him. He was glorious. A good fight. Interesting. But there are two things that I could not deal with. The fact that he had stockpiling power, an ability that is actually quite an Achilles heel of most of my kind. And also, he was immune to telepathy. Now, you're probably wondering, why would this man give away his weakness after only just reviving himself after being dead for so long? And that is because, my dear friend, you've already played your hand. I see it on your face, and I see it in your friends' minds. You are... You're powerful, but I already know your weakness, Mr. Fatigue. I already know everything I need to know. So, you have an option here. I know that it's probably not the most fitting solution, but I need an absolute promise that you will not come after me or try to kill me. And since I have no idea that you will agree to it, you have two options. You can depower yourself right now and allow me to read your mind to make sure that you are not lying to me. Or I can take something from you of equal value. Or, of course, you and I could just fight it out here and now, but I doubt that you want to be a man of violence in a world that is soon to have your daughters back in it.
I mean, at that, should I just roll nerve?
Yeah, you can roll nerve.
I mean, I don't know why you're picking on the one person who, out of seemingly everyone here, wants to actually have a normal life.
God, the dice spy is really slow with me.
It is.
Well, we'll get back to me later.
No, you keep your composure with a nice. Yeah. Damn, that's a nice modifier 23 right there.
I'll also do the D10.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Yes, increase your stockpile in front of him.
I mean,
it. Yeah.
It means little to nothing.
He hears what you say, Anarch, and he just says, well, that's the funny thing. As a man who's from another world, you don't really seem to have as much attachment. Although one name does keep popping up in your mind. Pinky? That's a fascinating name to keep on thinking. But the rest of you, well, you at least want some kind of normalcy. One is a priest who wishes to share and spread his good word. Another is a mechanic who wishes to create and design weapons of mass destruction, but also just wants to build a sandwich shop? Nevertheless,
it's pretty good.
Only two of you don't care about having a normal life. But the rest of you, well, you all have something to lose. And that makes you just as dangerous as anyone else on this world. Regardless of your abilities or your powers, it's the drive that makes a man dangerous.
I think can I make another attempt to stand up?
You can.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say, well, you're not wrong there, but to be honest, we only have nothing against you. I mean, technically, if anything, you've indirectly been a benefit thanks to your descendants, if we want to look at it that way. So, I mean, and you just killed Fergus. So, I mean, I really don't think we have any reason why we would want to go after you. It's more of a reactionary thing half the time.
The second one. Oh, nerve. The dice bar is really glitching out today.
It is indeed. Yeah, so you got a 21. No, you still can't. You still can't lift. You're trying to lift yourself and it's still not working.
I've accepted the fact that I will never have a normal life. Even if my family is revived, people will still be after me, and likely still after my family.
That still, sadly, does not answer my question, and as a man who has only just been revived, I still have very little patience. So...
I would say this. You can choose to trust me, or you can kill me.
He opens his arms in like a very big, open, wide sort of point, and then he sort of claps his hands together. Releasing his hands only ever so slightly. This is the kind of people that I missed. The ones that had so much fire in their eyes and soul within their heart. But I'm afraid, my dear Mr. Fatigue, those were neither of the options that I gave you, so I'm going to tell you one last thing. It doesn't matter if the world calls you the strongest man. Doesn't matter if you have the miracle stone within your hands. I was called Lord for the exact reason and purpose that I take what I want, I control who I wish, and I do very well at both and all things. If you want to shirk away and run away from every other responsibility, don't slap the only one person in the face who's giving you the option of survival. So, with all due respect, Mr. Fatigue, I think that I am out of options. So instead of option A or option C, I'm going to continue with option B. I will take something of you of equal value to make sure that you do not become a bigger pain in my ass than the last stockpiling user. As the two foremost fingers, both his middle and his main finger, touch one another on his left hand, you start noticing a strange sort of whirring looking sort of like, almost like heat waves are bellowing around his fingers, as he then jabs them into Felix's chest.
Can I ask, do I see this?
You are seeing this, yes, yeah.
Can I attempt to do something?
I want to point out, just so that you're aware, you're not amalgamated to anything, as you have been knocked out twice over the last 24 hours. And
The crown's still on me?
Your crown is still on you, yes, but you're not amalgamated to anything.
Oh, that's okay. You don't have to be amalgamated to use things, remember?
And you're also, just as a reminder, you're also pinned by gravity.
I imagine denial has no effect on this, right?
No.
Let's see. Do I need to move my hands for this one? Don't think so. No, I don't.
Clone?
Can I attempt to use biological manipulation to move him out of the way? To essentially make him push himself out of the way?
You can attempt to...
But the same question kind of applies to that. Does denial also stop that?
Only if you wanted to, though.
I'm not even aware that it's happening.
You're not aware that that's happening to him. A secondary question, so I'll just answer these in just order. No, denial does not work on the ability that he's currently doing to you. No, you can't use Catalyst because you actually have to be touching the Power Stones with your hands.
No, because remember, I've got the crown isn't blood transfused. Isn't that part of the thing?
Yes, but it only works with amalgamation, so you'd actually have to roll to activate amalgamation and then activate the power of biokinesis, not use.
I'd say it has to be hands.
With Catalyst, it is.
No, it's just his touch.
Pretty sure it is that you have to hold them in your hand.
Unless this is one of those rules that hand them down.
It's under tactile, and all tactile powers are hand-based ones. Like So it is technically
I would clarify that just for tactile can mean touch of anywhere.
To my belief, it was already written down there. But if that's not the case, I will just check that over again one last time.
Okay. Never mind then, because I was unaware of that.
Okay.
And I could do something, but I kind of just want to watch and see what happens.
Yeah. So, third question, which was just asked to me, was where's your clone? I believe, from what I remember you saying, Bill, is that your clone is on the island because you wanted him to do stuff on the island.
Yes, just make sure.
Yeah. You are the only you there.
As long as he's busy.
Yeah, he is busy. Yeah.
So I guess I have two other questions. Like, two actions. I know I could only do one of them if it was like one or the other. Does this seem just like a physical like power thing, or does this seem like any like psychic ability, like mind kind of?
Let me put it this way: I know of your abilities and your resistances. This is not one that you can cover.
Okay.
I hope that answers your questions.
And the second question was, would I be able to activate acceptance overdrive and like accept what's happening but get a hit in?
You can do acceptance, but you won't be able to use your overdrive.
That's fair.
Yeah. If you wish to use acceptance.
I will go ahead and use acceptance.
Okay.
So let me go grab the...
well, to be fair, you just sacrificed points, but I'm going to actually ask you to roll me your strength.
Okay.
Because normally you don't need to, but in this particular situation, you're fighting against this gravity as well.
Yep. Is that still with the plus 16, or would it be...
Yeah, it's still with a plus 16, yeah.
Okay. Come on, dice bot. Work for me.
I don't know if it's you or the dice bot, because I did.
No, it's the dice box. It lagged for me earlier when I was doing my luck rolls.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do a D100 real quick. Yeah, no, yeah. I think it is. I think it's Shoosh.
Your D100 hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it came out 27.
Oh,
that was Deuce's roll.
You just erased my 27.
No.
Well done.
Well, okay, yeah, fair enough. Everyone.
Wow, saw, I rolled a 90. Wow.
Everyone saw that you got a 27. So yeah, okay, Sadly, that is also still not high enough.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah. As you try to move your arm, your arm does move up and it just gets stopped just close enough to his near his face. He goes, "Ooh, shh. No," as he drives his hand further through into your chest. You see, over the years, I've been learning many different abilities, and I found something very interesting. Nothing couldn't be solved with a good understanding of how other people work. So after a while, as you then hear this horrible, sort of crunchy, squelching noise, that you couldn't have exactly figured most things out without these powers. So Animite and all of its grand infinite abilities have given us a gift. But many forget that there's one thing that humans always need. It's not anything too precious, because we think our powers are the very fabric of it, but no, it's actually a little bit more metaphorical. As his hand reaches out of Felix's body.
Joe?
What?
And the amalgamation thing has nothing to do if I'm knocked out or not. It's only if I'm nullified or if I got my powers manipulated. Did that happen during those two? Did that happen?
By technicality, no, but it's a bit too late now.
Oh. God damn it. God damn it.
Joe.
Joe! So I was right! It could have worked. I mean, it still probably would have failed, but still.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, okay, fair enough. You can be amalgamated to both of your abilities then, because you were beforehand.
Yeah.
But yeah. As he wrenches his hand out of his chest, he's holding a still beating heart. No blood on his hand. No blood dripping out or off of the heart. It looks in pristine condition as it keeps beating. As Felix, you notice, like, when you look down at your chest, there is no wound or gaping hole. It's as if nothing had happened. But you now feel a very strange sensation, almost like as if there is something holding your heart. Not pressing, not gripping, just holding. In the palm of something's hand. As you feel that and look up, you notice that he is holding your heart.
Understood.
I should have done this a long time ago against Origin, but the man was never much of a talker. Then again, I only gained these abilities of gravity manipulation nearing the end of my lifespan, and he had already beaten me too badly for me to use them. Now, we all know what this means. We don't want myself to be a heartbreaker, so we're going to be very nice to each other. All of you must understand that as someone as a troubled past as myself, sadly my baggage is kind of coming out on you, and I wish to not try and take it out on you, but I'm afraid the paranoia is almost too strong. So
Yeah, I'm noticing that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, if I'm recalling, you, of all people, Mr... There's a lot of titles swimming around in everyone's heads.
You just call me Anarche. I know it's yeah.
Fair enough. But I also read from your memories that you have been good to my kin, and my kin even see you as a sign of respect. So, to give you the common courtesy, even though that you are standing in my presence rather than kneeling or on the floor like the rest of them, I will at least allow you the courtesy of filling in any of the gaps.
And which ones would those be exactly? Sorry.
I more mean within the forms of our social communications.
Right, I get you.
Now, on with the rest. He then just drops the heart, as it then just suddenly disappears. Now that that's all cleared up, I'm going to let you get on with the rest of your business, unless anyone else has anything else that they need to do or say. I am willing to disable this feeling upon all of you, and we can go our separate ways. I'm not like Fergus, don't worry, I'm not asking you to do things for me. I just need to make sure that you're not going to try and kill me. All is fair in love and warfare, after all.
True. I have one answer and two questions.
Proceed.
Yes, we won't try and kill you. At least I won't. And the other two are... I'm sure you already know I'm waging a war. Are you interested?
The war against Eden, and you're asking me if I wish to join.
Yep, the offer's out there.
The very people who even were echoing in the minds of that dullard before he perished. They call themselves angels, and they've been attacking my children, grandchildren, and even great-grandchildren for the last 50 years. I dare say, my chap, there are some reasons why I would want to wage a war against them. But Iris City must have its true ruler back. I can't allow it to go unturned. Although, I will admit I am rather tempted on taking over Eden. The grand city completely laid to waste, fully and truly mine for the taking. But I sense even in your mind you know that wouldn't exactly go your way.
Well, I mean, I have a couple of rules that would need to be set after the victory, but I guess theoretically, as long as they didn't collide with yours, I guess theoretically they'd be fine.
Let's say, for the sake of sanity, I won't read your mind in this, and I would rather hear you out. What are your rules?
Well, the main reason why I even started this war against them in the first place was because, well, honestly, they're stupid and ridiculous, outlandish rules on other races, let's call it that way. So my main one was to stop their, but let's just call it as it is, their racism and their conquest against subjugating racial people, specifically for that.
They have an
aspect.
issue against Tusconians. I've never necessarily had anything against them. I felt bad for them, considering their physical dysmorphia, but at the same time, I've never had an issue with them. Hell, the fact that they were different actually made them a lot more interesting company. Some humans just don't understand.
No, I agree, which is why that's basically my main rule. The other ones I was more gonna think on the way, but
My only two rules would be to, well, if I had to add them, of course, complete loyalty to myself and any of my descendants, and any particular information or knowledge is shared amongst myself and my kin. Any other particular laws or rules would come about when I thought of them. Of course, I would be the supreme ruler of this country.
Well, I had no interest in ruling after I won, so kind of the job is yours.
Roll me a I'm going to say either a diplomacy or a persuasion with advantage.
Oh boy.
Quick question: am I still conscious now the heart has disappeared, or
Yeah? So it's really weird. You can still feel your own beating heart. You know what? Ever since he let go of your heart, it feels like nothing is different has happened.
Okay.
Just
I got a 13.
he looks at you and he goes, "You know what? I like that idea, but I'm sensing some not so required trustworthiness from the rest. After all, I'm hearing some strange voices from these two." As he looks over at Stan and Aldous. Stan and Aldous, would either of your characters be in agreement to allow Lord to take over Eden after they have defeated the council? Or more specifically, Matrata.
One question. Are you, alive now, or are you still a corpse?
100% alive, my man. This body was completely redesigned, so to speak. I took this ability from an ancient person calling themselves an immortuous. Either way, their ability makes them completely immune to decaying flesh. So I just used it and thought I'd have a go. Turns out that it's completely 100% restoration. So it turns out that I have no bother whatsoever. I am fully 100% alive. My body is better than ever as well, because none of my scars or wounds from when I was killed are even there anymore.
Okay, well, I don't really care what you do with a piece of land.
Is that truth?
Yep. I just want access to any wacky technology that might remain.
I will honor a trust where you can, but only if you also are willing to share equivalent amount of technology with my country.
Okay. Are you a reasonable man?
It depends. Are you a reasonable cyborg?
Well, would you allow life to carry on, perhaps as normal, in a new world? With my sandwich shops and mundanity?
It depends on whether or not your weapons of mass destruction would also cause ill for my ilk.
Well, you might need involvement in one of my next projects just to...
I realize that I am willing, as long as you are willing to not happen to think of any betrayals to me or my kin in this agreement of a so forth blood pact, if you will.
Very well, then.
Is that truth?
Yep.
Okay. And then he looks over at Aldous. And you, priest?
I mean, internally, Aldous does not trust this guy because they didn't really trust people that remove hearts from people and
Valid,
Also-
completely valid.
uses mind control and uses gravity manipulation on everyone around him. And,
So far,
also-
me out.
and literally everything he's done has just made him slightly untrustworthy.
So far, he has not done mind control.
I mean, he's mind reading.
But hear me out, Sam. This is your chance to get an entire city, if not country, on your
Yeah,
religion.
but this
You're
is
saying that, but we could do that without Lord.
This is Aldous' mind as well. I just want to point this out.
I know.
Aldous can't lie in this
That's
situation, and if
but
Aldous
that-
doesn't
that
trust
straight
this
thought
man,
enters his mind, like, he can help us take over the country. But we can already do that.
Well, priest, I see that you are obviously not exactly trusting me for very obvious and valid reasons to at least your perspective. But I can do you one better. If you are to help me, and I am to help you, you do not have to worry about my betrayal of any of you. For instance, if it weren't for you, I technically wouldn't be here. I mean, yes, fair enough, the deal maker was the reason as to why I'm here in the first place, but I'm not entirely sure that he necessarily gets all the credit. You pushed him to a certain level that he had to come and find me. So why would I betray you, now that we have that?
You have not given me a good reason why you would not betray us. You did
That-
just take our heart from my friend there.
Well, that's more of a personal reason, really. I need
that's...
insurance.
You did just take a heart from my friend. That's not exactly owning up to trust, is it?
Oh, there's nothing about trust, my man. It's more about paranoia. I'm a very paranoid man. By the way, he says this with a big shit-eating grin on his face.
What you're saying is we should trust you because you're paranoid. That does not exactly sound compatible.
Obviously not. In all honesty, if you trusted me just because that I waved a nice smile upon my face, then there would be no reason for faith. And you know that all the well. Faith is what makes you, what creates you, what builds you. And I have any doubt in my mind that a man who is as broken as you are, to not even forego a little faith, it's almost hypocritical, really, for me to ask you not to believe in me.
Aldous just looks confused by that statement because that doesn't make sense.
Of course. The reason as to why I call upon your trust in me is I really am calling upon your faith in me. Have a little faith that I won't do these things. I'm
Again,
sure I'll win you over eventually. And you, as he then sort of crouches down at Ferb. What about you, my angry little friend?
Well, you clearly have read all our minds, so you must know that I am loyal to the boss over there, so unless he gives the word that you are to be trusted, I give you my full trust.
And although that you are pissed that I have injured you and put you in this position, you are still trusting of this man, boss, to such a fault. I admire that. He then stands back up and dusts himself. Well, very well then. I shall release you, and you can go on your merry ways.
Oh, can I ask my second question?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, so originally, I was promised this whole, like, honorary membership thing. Is that just a no-go now, or...?
Don't worry about that, my friend. I'm sure that once they realize that I have returned and that you have not killed me, I'm sure that that honorary joining won't exactly go amiss.
Oh, cool. Alright.
Although, there are some concerns. Sasaki. As then, all of you no longer feel this weight on you and you are now able to move freely. Except one. The one who cannot move freely is Sasaki. As he puts his hand into like a little sort of like hand pyramid. As he moves and steps closer and closer to him. There is a little concern that I'm afraid I'm going to have to take something from you. 2 somethings, to be specific. Once I read that book, I knew immediately what I needed. And I know that they are a symbol of your heritage, but by technicality, I am that heritage. So, I'm afraid, my lad, you've just been demoted. For the time. He then sort of like, you can see his face is like profusely sweating at sudden realization. Even like Tori stands back for a second and just sort of says, wait, no, you don't mean. He's already accepted it. He then plunges his hand into his face and removes one of his eyes. As he lets out a blood-curdling scream that is echoing throughout this cavernous chamber. These are the eyes of the Ushimar clan's prized possession of knowledge. And you thought that I wouldn't want them upon my return. Of course. I think Majra already knew what he was doing when he sent you. Of course, that means that he also did not wish to send his own. These are the people that you put your trust in, Anake. They are my kin, indeed. Again, with a shit-eating grin as he looks over at you.
Well, you know, I put my trust in worse people.
He then removes a second eye from Sasaki, and once these darkened marbles are out of his skull and he is like weeping tears of blood, he presses his hand over his face, and when he releases them, his eyelids open up and they reveal 2 normal eyes. Don't say that I did nothing for you, grandson. As he then sort of like places his own hand over his face and then drops both of the eyes into his now empty sockets. As his eyelids close over them, you sort of see like a very strange sort of steam come out of his eyelids before eventually he opens them and revealing these black orbs that now have sort of tiny little yellow dots for his irises. Now, I believe that you all had something that you needed to do Ah, right, yes, you needed to make sure that he did bring me back or kill me trying to do so, but we've all cleared that out now. Oh, right. Aldous, you heal him, his arm is broken. I am going to quickly make sure that Mr. Fergus was not bluffing. As he goes over to the pile of mush.
Cool. I assume you can make your way back to the island if you want.
Perhaps. Jail, right, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Has anyone seen the mush?
Here we go.
As there is no mush from where Fergus was.
Well, at least I might actually get to kill him this time.
Perhaps. Oh, so that's what he was thinking. You might want to take 3 steps to the left there, Aldous.
Does Aldous take 3
Does
steps?
Aldous take 3 steps to the left?
Slide to the left.
I mean, I'm technically levitating, so I guess I'll hover slightly to the left.
Yeah, fair enough. As you do so, someone just passes right past you and slams into like the rock where you would have been, as it's like the undead body of war. As then portals open up all around you, as versions of Fergus appear. As there is not 4 but 5 of them this time, and war is there, and so is then the undead Simakael. As you just see a furious-looking set of Ferguses, as one of them goes, "All right, you little prick, it's time to finally do with what I've been wanting to do."
Why did you bring such weaklings back? I mean, you could have chose at least like someone more important. I mean,
Silence
the angel.
your tongue! As then, like, he just tries to attack you with some kind of spatial attack. You get to
How
react.
close is this one?
This version of him is about 8 meters away from you.
So not in punching distance.
Not in punching distance, no.
Can I see him?
You can see him, but Aldous has yet to have healed your arm.
All I need is one limb. And if I could see him, I could shoot him, which means there's a gun pointing towards him.
It's up to you.
I'm gonna roll. Warning shot.
Do it, Fab. Do it. What do I want to do?
There's a 30 for you, Joe.
Awesome. That fat no.
Yeah, do I even need to react to this, Joe, or should I?
Well, as I said, he's already fired off the spatial attack. So all this is going to do is the best I can do is it damages him, but it doesn't stop him from doing what he's doing. So
the attack.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
yeah.
Ferb rolled damage, and again, this is obviously only a singular shot because it's called one shot.
Wow, it's really being slow today.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And yeah, I rolled it on the personal one just now. Did it instantly. Although to be fair, it is seemingly doing it a lot faster for me for some reason.
It likes you.
Yeah.
So, Joe, can I roll physical dice for today?
I don't trust or believe you enough.
Why don't you trust me?
Wow.
I can't believe you don't trust me. Have
No,
I ever?
I do trust you. I'm just taking the mic.
45.
Okay, nice. Yeah. So you shoot him in the shoulder. When you do so, as like sort of clasp it. Anarche, what do you?
I guess I'll attempt. I'm kind of tempted just to take the hit. Really, it's really tempting. I know I can't resist it because it's spatial, but
It's up to you.
you know what? Sure, I'll let him have the satisfaction. Joe, roll that damage.
Okay. You take. Oh, here it comes. 10 damage.
Oh, can I roll charisma to overreact?
You know what? Yes, you can. Yes, you bloody well can.
Flies backwards like Team Rocket.
Natural one. Oh no! Oh!
I'm
Would that be deceit, persuasion, or taunt?
To be fair, it doesn't even matter. It's a natural one.
No.
So all that happens is you get hit by it. You get hit by it, and it's almost like you're like, okay, and then it's definitely going to hurt, and you get hit, and it slightly stings, and you just go, what the? I mean, ow! Ah! Ooh! Ah! And he just looks at you for a second. It's just like looks at his hand. Even though it's like his right shoulder, he used his left hand when he did this, and he's just looking at his left hand like, really? Like that did that little against him? As I would like everyone now to roll move speed.
Okay.
He was the Neil Breen of acting.
Also, sorry, Joe, can you repeat how much that was, just so I can...
10.
10 damage.
Okay.
It's a lot of damage to deal with, I know, but...
I know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to... Ooh, I'm lucky I didn't have to roll,
Isn't it ironic that move speed is suddenly working really quickly?
Yeah, it is kind of funny.
Like, okay, so we've got a 19, we've got a 20, so Anarche, I think you're going first.
That's
then
a
it's-
rarity.
Yeah, unless if
18.
Aldous suddenly pulls off one.
I mean, what's 18 plus 19 for move speed again? What's 20, 36 odds again for move
if
speed?
it's
31 is 8.
31 is 8, so if it's 36, it's more than likely...
10?
Yeah, I think it's 10, yeah.
Okay. 29.
Well, you
Okay,
go first.
Aldous is going first.
Sweet.
Cheers!
Why? This is terribly planned.
You could
Okay,
heal
fine.
me for that tremendous amount of damage to take Aldous.
Oh,
I don't know if I
I
can
could.
stand it much longer.
You can also
Okay.
follow Lord's order and heal for her if you're willing to listen to him.
But technically, his first order was to heal his
mean-
grandson.
Why are we following Lord's orders?
Why
Did he
not?
become
Lord,
leader of the group?
Lord didn't actually do that to heal his grandson. He healed his grandson. He actually
Oh,
ordered
okay.
you to heal Furb, but again, things have changed now. It's up to you if you want to heal Furb or not.
I mean, how broken is his arm look?
It is useless.
It's useless. He broke it, like he snapped it like a twig.
Oh.
A
And
hanging chain gun does not work very well.
He bent it. Let me put it this way: as an arm goes, he bent it backwards.
Oh. Well, okay, fine, I'll heal him.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit more
And
than
if-
10 damage I took.
But, I mean, depending on what I roll, I might heal the whole group. Or heal a number of the group, because I'm going to roll for the...
I mean, just to put it this way, no one else in the group has taken a single point of damage other
except for
than
the
Anarche.
plus 10.
Yeah.
Let's
So
see. No.
I know.
No, I
no,
didn't.
Yeah.
and that's the end of your turn.
Yes. God,
As
that was a
it's-
good roll.
As it's now Anarche's turn.
Ooh.
Wait.
I didn't think that was going to happen. I should have thought about what I was going to do on my turn. It's annoying, because I don't want to give too many of my abilities to Lord already. Even though you could just theoretically take them all anyway. Alright. If I go over to the Fergus that hit me, are they going to get opportuned attacks? I guess they would because of direction.
He's going to try, but I don't think any of the others are within a range enough of you, considering
Cool.
their
I will-
ranges are shit.
I will go and cave in his skull with my fist,
Fair enough, go for it.
using my usage style. Alright.
Is that an 18? Okay,
Yeah.
there we go, that's a 29, nice. Yeah, you hit him, roll for damage.
Oh boy, I didn't... Alright. I need to write down the Miracle Stone. Actually, I don't know how much longer I'm going to have it, so it's not much.
It's just plus 5d10s.
5d10s, yeah.
You just add 5d10s to the end of whatever you do.
Oh. 5d10s. Plus.
It just crazes me, though, that there's going to be like 50 other abilities that this thing can do that you can't access.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
190.
Yeah, you just kill him. Yeah, when you say you cave in his skull, you cave in his skull. That is it. I'm not going to roll for it because you do cave in his skull, as you just do so, and it just turns to mush, and then the mush just disintegrates.
Which one's next?
Well, it's now the turn of. Well, it's actually Oh, both my characters now. I got 20 on both of my rolls.
Oh.
So the first thing is Fergus, or his clones, or him. Who knows which one is the real one? The Ferguses, the Fur guy, if you wills. The Fur guy will begin their abilities. As one of them is going to try and attack Lord. The first one basically creates a massive fireball and tries to launch it. As Lord sees this, he just puts his hand up and it just bounces back and hits Fergus back as he begins to go ablaze as he takes he takes 20 damage. Unbelievable. The best roll I've ever gotten with that fire attack, and it's at himself. Plus the spatial damage, which also does an additional. Wow. Okay, that's not too bad. As he takes some damage, but it doesn't break his vitality. The next one actually then tries to. I'm just having a look at this now. Oh, good lord! This is the one. This is the one thing with Fergus. He's got too many abilities. Good lord. Where is it? I know I have it somewhere.
Yes, he's in the room.
Would you trust a guy calling himself Lord?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not even a Lord of a castle, he just named himself that.
He will be soon.
Well, technically, he didn't name himself that, but he didn't shy away from being called that. So technically, that's not as bad, but it's still bad. It's still very bad.
Baron Heretic. I mean,
Why would you not trust me, the overlord of everything everywhere?
Because you just give yourself that title.
To be fair, none of you asked him what his real name is. He's already confirmed that he has a real name because he's something Ushima, but no one has asked him what his real name is.
I gotta get him to trust me more first, Jay. So you can't just ask.
No, that's fair.
Overlord
That's
his name
completely
first.
fair. How did I not see that? As it seems as though he tries to target Ferb with telekinesis. So Ferb, how would you like to deal with this?
I shoot him.
Okay.
Shoot him.
Shoot him. So you try to get off a shot, but you feel immediately your body constrict up as you then get slammed against a wall. As you do, you take 5 damage.
Oh shit! Can I use this opportunity to spin the minigun up again so I'm floating?
Not on his turn, no.
Damn.
You don't have willpower armament, do you?
No.
Doesn't have any
okay.
abilities.
Don't have
I
any
was gonna
body
say, because
skill.
otherwise that would have been halved, but... Yeah.
Next thing is 2 other Ferguses also try and create fireballs. One
I shoot them.
One gets launched at Aldous, the other one gets launched towards Stan. I'm going to say because that you got slammed into a wall, I'm not going to allow you to react to these, Ferb.
That's fair.
Can I react to both of them?
You can only react to the one that's actually coming towards you.
Oh,
How close together are the two?
yeah, how
guys?
close are they?
Since you guys have somewhat moved around, they're about like 10 meters apart. Considering you started walking more closer to an arcade stand, obviously you were trying to help.
So if I
but-
fired my thing reactively, they might. That's enough to cover both attacks, technically.
Because that they're doing it in not within synchronicity of each other. No,
Okay.
How
but it's still
close are the
technically
fireballs
hit
together?
both of them.
they're not. They're not. I will point out they're on opposite sides of the room, so they're not close enough together anyway.
Okay. Hey. Say. Okay, do I have my magic staff you gave me last time?
Yes, I did actually say that you took it with you. You do have the Zeus's bolt. Yes, the spear.
Wait. Can I attempt to use it to change the fire into lightning and essentially strike it right back at him?
Absolutely, you can. Yeah.
See, let's get this amazing roll of natural 1. 15. Oh, okay. 34.
Okay, roll the damage from yours. So obviously you bulk it up by how many buffs?
2.
2. Okay, so one set. Actually, both of those sets of damage from you. So the what is it? The D10, D8. I can't remember which one. What were the original dice from it as well?
2d8 and then d10 plus d8, I believe.
Okay, so it would be 2d10 plus 2d10 plus a d10 and a d12.
2d10 plus 1d10 and a d12.
Yeah, and then I think it's then plus something else from the actual material. So I think it's another d12.
Oh, do I count that as well? Because apparently the spear has plus 10 piercing and d12 lightning, whatever that means.
Yeah, so you only take the d12 lightning on from that, because obviously this is a lightning ability from the lightning spear.
Okay. So do I add that as well?
Yes, yeah. So this will be your lightning attacks whenever you use the lightning spear, by the way. So whatever you're rolling now will be your lightning attacks with your lightning spear.
Okay.
Alright, save that. That will be yours now.
Actually, does the d12 get buffed up as well, or?
No. So that's just the material ability.
Right.
So yeah. So that's now that. Keep that. Oh, okay. I just rolled mine. It's another 20. So you deal 42 points of damage to him as this massive, as this ball of fire just goes, as it hits the tip of the spear, and it looks like it's about to explode, and then it just turns into a ball of lightning, gets fired back, only it looks more and more aggressive, hits him, and it explodes outwards, and it actually does also hit the shoulder of War, as it damages him as well, for 42 points of damage. So you deal damage to both him and that one. Now for the other fireball that is coming towards you, Stan, what are you doing? You said that you're going to use your Sonic, your Rumble Rod?
Yeah, my Rumble Rod.
Is this to interrupt it, so to basically dissipate it? Or are you going to try something else?
No, I'll try and just blast through it.
Okay.
Yeah. Rolls are still terrible.
Yes. You get hit by this. This does also hit a Narke. So Narke, you will be able to try and roll out of the way for this if you wish.
Oh. Okay.
Oh,
That's rude.
Oh, Stan, you're going to take a whole whopping 6 points of damage.
I kind of just want to give him the satisfaction. No, I already gave him the satisfaction of 1.
Actually, fun fact, this will do nothing to you, actually, in Arcade.
Oh yeah, because I just stand there.
So you get hit. It's slightly toasty. Ooh. Cook a marshmallow on that. As that's that. War and Simakael dash towards Fur. There. No, Simakael and oh my gosh, Simakael and War dash towards Felix as both of them attempt to attack you. Felix, how would you like to react? Would you like to react once to both of them, or 2 separate rolls for each?
Good question.
I thought so.
I mean, more rolls are more gambling.
Yeah, it is more gambling. That is true, but I do also have the new actually better dodging.
I will say they are both coming at you in point blank range, so technically, a whole decent reactive strike could deal with them.
All right, I'll do a reactive strike. My stockpile is currently at 28. I forget if that is it still plus 16.
That is still plus 16. Yeah, it has to be 19 or lower for it to be less than 16.
Okay.
Aura.
So, is it 2 separate rolls?
It's up to you if you want to do 2 separate rolls or 1 roll for the both of them.
We'll do 2 separate rolls. Why not?
Okay, the first one will be against War.
21 to hit.
Yeah, you'll be trading blows, but yeah.
Okay. Let's see if I don't have the thing copied down. So let me quickly go grab the attack damage.
And
Is
then,
word good? We don't know.
I forgot you're hitting him with his own gauntlets as well.
oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually hilarious. Yeah.
And then it's plus 27 for. And I don't believe I add the plus 25 from.
No, because you didn't call it out, but you can do those if you want. You can actually do Sonic Strike as a reactive, because
since I didn't call it out this time, I won't. But for the next one.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Next
the
one.
Plus 27 was the gauntlet.
Yeah. And then you get to throw your hands at the other one. Roll for the next one.
Yep.
Against Simikael. Guaranteed hit, my man.
Yeah.
And you said that this was
Makes sense.
definitely. You said that this was definitely it for this one. So, this will also be Sonic Strike. So this will deal the additional 27. I assume that you're adding the damage from the last one.
Yeah.
30 plus that. So that's then. Jeez.
That's 38.
It's actually more.
Is it more? 10 plus 10 plus 7 plus 3 is another 10, so that's 30
plus
8.
Plus a 6 and plus a 2. So that's actually 46.
46, okay. I mean, I'm not going to complain with more damage.
Yeah, because it's not just the 5d10, it's also the 10 and the 8. Yeah, so
you also want to go ahead and... You said the first one was a trade of blows, so you could go ahead and roll that damage.
No, I have already rolled this damage. So you get hit by his attack. His attack does... good lord, that's terrible. So he does 28 points of damage, which basically translates to nothing, because you actually have physical and fire resistance. So it does nothing. As he hits you, and you get coated in flame, and nothing happens. The other one
He did hit me though, so I'm just quickly just a D10.
No, you're gonna actually have to erase that, because remember, you can only do that if you take damage.
I mean,
And you didn't
got a hit in.
It's not about getting hit; it's about getting hurt. That's the point. If you take a point of damage,
He hurt his feelings by being
You're hurting my feelings.
I mean, you know what? It's not about your feelings; it's about Felix's feelings. And let's be honest, in this mode, he doesn't have any.
That's the point. That's where he gains his power.
Good lord. Okay, so you break the right arm of War, as it's like completely out of commission now. However, with Simikael, you do hit him. You do deal damage, and he does like go backwards for a second. It looks as though like when he looks back up, it's like that was close to causing some injury. He failed on, so he succeeded just barely on his con. However, when you look back at War, he begins falling down as he then just completely crumples as he is done.
So I'm guessing they were linked in some way.
Well, it's more like the lightning damage that he took plus the attack that you dealt finished him. Because he had already taken 42 points of damage. And then he then had to get hit by 124.
Yeah. Quickly add up.
Assist.
Yep, so that's that done. Simikael is the only one left. However, that is all of the fur guy except from one. As the last one is going to attempt something where he states the words "true potential" as. I want to point this out, Aldous. You're going to have to roll me a willpower check.
Oh no!
Yep.
Why? Why must I do these things?
You've got this, and it's not. By the way, it's not a contesting roll. You just have to do good.
Oh, my worst quality. The impossibility. Good.
Isn't your thing like +5 or +6 or something?
It's +5, but still, we're talking about Aldous and willpower. It never works out.
That's true.
See, told ya, never works out. He is against willpower, even in dice rolls.
You go down to your knee, and you're now like proning as you sort of fall to the ground with like incredible pain as he uses animite. And the reason why you're in pain is because when he uses this strange field, you can see and hear it. Anarche, you're the only other person who can see it. But I will say to you, Anarche, it feels like a weird wave of evil, but you're not entirely too sure. It's almost like animite that is being forced to extend itself as in the terms of its energy rating, which is quite impressive that he's doing this. It's actually, okay, fair enough. The weakling, pulling off his like best move, whatever. Aldous, the reason why you're going to the ground is not just because of the wave of pain that it hits you with. It's not just physical pain, it's emotional pain. Because you can tell he is forcing animite to be activated in a way that it is not comfortable with, and that all of these power stones that he is wielding are writhing as he is basically not breaking but bending the rules to suit his needs.
Oh no, he done fucked up.
As he's doing this, he then decides to sort of point his hand towards Aldous, and then the two of them disappear out of the cave. As that happens, it is now the end of his turn, but it is now the beginning of Lord's turn, as he just sort of like looks around and he goes, okay, the priest and what I'm assuming is the original has just left.
I will deal with that later.
I have a feeling that this is going to be interesting. Don't mind me, lads. Don't mind me. As one of them, sort of almost foaming at the mouth with anger, just goes, "You're the reason we're in this fucking mess!" As he goes, hush now. No need for such violent language. Besides, wouldn't you all like to be a guest? As you notice strange... I want to point out, everyone in the entirety of this room except one can see this. And that one person is none other than Felix, as you don't notice anything. But everyone else, you see the shadow beneath Lord's feet begin to sort of almost become like it's bubbling under his feet. Like it's like bubbling as like this almost like hot magma of like weird liquid of black, as it then immediately expands out over underneath his feet, underneath everyone else's feet, and it then continues until eventually it connects up, as now it is just a pitch black room of nothing. Felix,
He took my heart, not my eyes.
Felix, you see none of this. The room is normal. Like, you don't see anything. All you're looking at is just Simakail, like, come on, man, bring it on. However, everyone else sees this pitch black nothing, as suddenly an eye appears on the floor, an eye appears on the left-hand wall, an eye appears on the ceiling, an eye appears on the right-hand wall and behind the walls. And as you're doing this, it's almost making like multiple eyes appear on any surface. And those are the only things that you can see, as suddenly you hear the words echoing in your head, not through your ears, but in your head, you hear the words, environmental barrier, the abyss that watches back. And as that happens, I'm now going to roll something.
Stupid. I have a stupid question. Can I roll perception just to? Well, I know I can't see the barrier and know really what's going on, but just will I be able to tell that something is happening?
All that you hear is that he goes, no, that's no reason for language, and you just hear him clap his hands together, and that's it. And you're like, okay, well, that's weird. And then you sort of like look back at him, and everyone is just watching around the room. They're looking at around the room. That's it. You notice that something is happening, but you don't know what it is. Okay. As for the rest of you, you notice something. All of you can now see everyone else, but funnily enough, you can't see Felix or Simakail.
No.
But suddenly, as you look at each other, Anarche, you see suddenly an eye appear on the forehead of one of Fergus's clones. You then suddenly see an eye appear, as you sort of look back, on the side of Stan's head. Stan, you see an eye appear on Anarke's chest. And suddenly, as this happens, everyone else in the room, Sasaki, Tori, Ferb, you also see an eye appear on the back of Stan. And as you notice this, up to 3 eyes per person appear. As all of the eyes then start moving around erratically, they all look directly in one location, or at least they try to, which is suddenly this man standing in between all of you, Lord, with a ton of eyes covering his whole body. As suddenly, when the eyes close on each person, so does one close on him. As all of 3 of the eyes disappear on Fergus, all 3 of the eyes then disappear on Stan, then on Ferb, then on Anarke, then on Tori, then on Sasaki, until eventually all of the eyes close on his body. And they suddenly reopen again one last time, before then the illusion dispels. He then looks at his hands. Lord just almost... His breath withering within his own lungs. Now that is glorious. I think it's about time that I take a visit to one of the greatest burial sites there ever was and pay respects. But first, I think it's about time that we finish this up. Anarke, I reckon that you can take the rest of these lot, can't you?
I mean, easily, yeah.
I would very much like to see some of your abilities in action. Don't worry. You don't have to worry about me watching all of your performances. I've seen all I need.
I was gonna say, you already took some, huh?
You know me too well already. Are you sure it's not you who has the ability to see in one's minds?
I can't see minds. Emotions, can do that one.
Now that was a problem. I wasn't able to get that one. Such a shame, really.
Well, it's not power related. Although if you want, maybe I could teach it to you.
Perhaps. As he is now past the rest of his turn, as it is now Ferb's turn. No, wait, hang on, sir. Is it Ferb or Stan? Ferb or Stan, Ferb or Stan, Ferb or Stan.
I got the lowest.
Yeah.
It is Stan,
I got
yes.
19.
Yes. It is Stan. Stan, it is now your turn. So there are still 3 Felixes left.
3 Felixes.
Sorry, 3 Ferguses.
Oh god, we're gonna die!
Oh god, you guys better run. 3 Felixes, each of them get free attacks on all of you.
Oh no.
Oh, man.
No, yeah, so there are 3 Ferguses left. And there is 1 very badly damaged Simakael.
Do you kind of, I'm not finished with Simakael yet.
Okay.
He keeps getting away. Not fair.
Currently, he's right in front of Felix.
He is, which is about
you could...
8 meters away from me.
One of the free Felixes.
One of the 1 Felixes.
You could make your intentions clear that you want him.
Yeah, what do you want to do?
To be fair, Joe, it would probably be very terrifying if you set 3 Felixes against the party.
Yes. Thankfully, I didn't do that, because I want you guys to at least come to the end of the campaign, rather than just immediately lose.
I mean, we might have a chance. I have 3 guns. It's not going to do much, but it might slow him down.
I don't feel like Santa.
To be fair, the party versus 3 Felixes, where you have Ferb, Well, as long as Ferb's actual arm wasn't broken and an Arche with a Miracle Stone. Yeah, I like those odds actually. To be fair.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Continue, Stan.
I'll use my bonus actions. I'll do the stand up
Stand.
stand. I'll heal, but do I even bother rolling to heal?
I mean, isn't it a thing for it? Isn't it like you roll what 4 points minimum or 6 points minimum? Or is it 8 points?
Yeah, it's either 6 or 8. Either way, it's more than the damage.
I'll just change it from 6 points of damage to 0, and you can continue on with the rest of your turn. So you still have 2 actions. What would you like to do?
I'll do the whole blood spray thing I did last time.
Okay. I want to point out Fergus. Both of the Ferguses that are within somewhat of a range. They are at 11 and 15. The only other one that is closer than that is about 8 meters, but it's directly behind. It's sort of like directly in between Felix and the Ushimar. The Ushimar people.
I guess I'll just go for I'll move a bit closer to the other two and use it on them then, I suppose.
Oh, on him, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll for it. yeah, you hit him. That doesn't do damage, does it? It's just...
No.
Okay. And then you have one roll left.
Covering him in my gross blood and nanomachines.
What the hell is wrong with you? Oh, what is this stuff? Is that blood?
Yes it is. Okay. I guess I could try and force it to permeate sort of like in his eye sockets. Those are open.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Roll for it.
Also, you might as well have said it was ketchup. They might have believed you in this state.
Good enough.
Red ketchup everywhere.
Yeah, it gets into him and actually causes injury as he is screaming and suddenly goes prone as he's like holding his face, sort of as his legs are kicking out of the way as he's just sort of like lying there screaming. That is the end of your turn. As we now come to Felix.
It's Ferb, isn't it?
I got a 12, if I remember.
Yeah.
I got 10.
Yeah,
so
no, it's Felix. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I had to actually have a look at it again just to make sure, but I was pretty sure. I was like, okay, yeah, it's Ferb who's the last one.
No, it's another Fergus.
Oh, sorry, guys. Yeah, Fergus is going next. No, Felix.
Yeah.
You are standing in front of Sir Mikhail. Behind you, about like 8 meters back, is like a Fergus that is just currently like screaming due to something. You're not too sure, but yes, Sir Mikhail is right in front of you.
Well, since Sir Mikhail is right in front of me, I think that's who I will go for. I will start with. I believe I already used my regular combo today.
I believe you have, yes.
Alright, well, either way, I'll just do Sonic Strike combo to start.
Okay.
23 to hit.
I beat that.
You beat that, so
by quite a lot, yes.
okay.
Okay, so this will deal. Good lord, that's actually terrible.
Lord is quite good, yes.
Yeah.
He is ally at the moment.
I'm gonna befriend him. That's my goal, guys. Best friend criteria.
So it's supposed to
if you
deal
do.
11 points of lightning damage on you. However, converting that from then taking 8 away and then halving it, that is 1 point of damage.
1 point. Okay, cool. He also was at a physical hit.
No, it was lightning. So he
Okay,
he was not physically touching you when he did that. He stopped you. But yeah,
I was curious because he was like point blank, you know.
Yeah.
Ooh, tingly.
You have taken 1 point of damage, which leaves you with 210 HP left.
Yep.
I hope you're going to be okay with it.
Yeah, that's fine. I believe
Does
that
that-
would end my turn, though.
That does
considering
end
I-
your turn, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's now Ferb's turn, and I know it is this time.
Nice.
Ferb.
Alright, do I need to use an action to basically restart the fused legs?
Yeah, you'll need to roll SP.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. That's good enough.
Alright. Hovering again, good. And there's
action.
just Ferb and Semichael?
No, so Simakael is still there, and there are 3 Ferguses. And you said Ferb, by the way.
Yes, I am here.
You said there's just one Ferb and Simakael.
Yes, there is only one Ferb.
Yeah, he's not wrong with that statement.
I mean, it's not, but I know what you meant.
This campaign's going to a mess. There's too many Fs.
F in the chat.
But I used that last session, so I don't get to use that again, right?
No.
Okay, so I can only choose one to shoot. Alright, other than the one on the ground, which are any of the other 2 more damaged than the other, or are they fine?
One is completely undamaged, which is the one that threw a fireball at Stan.
Ah. Okay, I'll shoot that one.
Okay, roll for it.
I'll do try wield.
I also just realized I should roll at D10 as I took 1 damage.
Oh, shoot, yeah.
Cool.
Nice. You finally got
25
that
hit?
8.
Let's have a look. Does 25 hit?
Does 25 hit? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, 25 does indeed hit. Sorry, I was just rolling it.
Okay, fair. Alright, so I now need to roll the other 2 guns.
Yes, yeah.
Gun number 2 is pretty much max.
Yep, that's definite hit.
And gun number 3
Yeah, that's
is
still
a
hits, yeah.
19. Wow, what did you get? A natural 1?
I kept so I got to roll 3 separate times. I kept getting lesser than you each time.
Wow.
So either this is a natural 1 or you got a 2 berries.
No, on the first one I got a 20.
He rolls with plus 10.
Oh yeah.
On the first one I got a 20. On the second one, let me put it this way. On the second one I didn't get a natural 20, so therefore it didn't matter. And then on the third one I actually got a 5, so I got a 15. So either way I couldn't beat a 25, a 35, and then a 19.
Yeah, if only one of them was a natural 20, I could have done double damage for one.
Okay, roll for
Right,
your...
that's the BPA, and 4 bullets. So that's 12 bullets being used.
Yep.
And then it's like, what? Bracket star? 3?
Yeah. Well, it's not even bracket star 3, it's bracket star...
You forgot the first bracket.
It's bracket... Yeah, so it's first bracket, and it's actually not bracket star 3, it's bracket star 12.
Ah, yes.
I'll
Okay.
delete the first roll.
And then this is done 3 times because... Oh!
I
Yeah,
mean,
he's dead.
without a doubt, this clone just gets immediately mulched as, just firing 12 bullets. As just bullet holes after bullet holes after bullet holes just keep getting made in this dude as he just completely goes to powder and
That's
mush.
792 times 3.
No, that is actually just 792. Because remember, it's
Yeah.
Is
4
it from
times.
all
It's
3
4.
guns?
Yeah, it's 4
It's already
times 3.
times.
So you've already
Oh,
multiplied it. That's why it's the times 12.
Yeah. Sorry. Slow
Anyway.
brain at the moment.
So,
Anyway.
If you could do that without timesing it, I'd be concerned.
yeah. So after hitting him and completely mulching him, it is now back to Aldous. As Aldous, we come back to you. As you are suddenly you are suddenly in a different place. You feel cold as you are currently in the middle in just some snow. As you're currently lying in the snow, and then suddenly you feel this horrible cry and scream from your from the Animite go away as you feel that field disappear. As you're sort of able to you're still prone, but you're sort of able to sort of get your bearings a bit as you now just see that you are in the middle of some sort of snowy area. You can barely see that much out around you, but slightly in front of you, about 5-6 meters away, is Fergus. So what would you like to do, Sam? Is he muted again?
Mm-hmm.
Fool of a took.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I forgot I muted myself. Is he facing me or away from me?
He is actually facing you. He is very much aware. It looks like he's very much aware as to what is going on, considering he seems to be the one who brought you there.
Okay, do I recognize this area?
It could be on the mountains of where you were before. It could be on the mountains of the Nostris mountain range in the Oculus continent, or it could be the tundra lands of Husconia. Either way, you can't really see out that much around you.
Okay. Let's see. Part of me's debating, should I attack him or should I just go back? Does he look like the real deal? Or does he look like a clone?
You can't tell the difference.
Okay. Actually, do you know what I'll do? How close is he?
As I said, 6 meters away from you.
Good. Can I pocket dimension all of my water over, pretty much just over his head so it falls down and crushes him into the snow? Remember my pocket dimension was still filled with water?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yes? I mean, well, you'd have to roll for it, obviously.
Okay. And because we're so cold, it will probably do, who knows what kind of damage cold water in snow does.
Oh, if only it was fresh water.
22. Probably not that good. He might not have expected that.
As you open up a pocket dimension, he then closes it immediately as a tiny little spritz of water just goes down. Oh, fuck, it's cold. Aldous, you gotta listen to me. You and I have never seen eye to eye, but you and I at least agree on one thing. Doesn't matter who claims themselves to be gods. We all know it's a load of shit. There's only one true being, or one true force, and that's Animite. We can at least agree on that. Whatever our terms are, you may not agree with what I do with it, and you might do things that I don't agree with it. But you and I both know if that dude gets a hold of something, he is going to be able to destroy everything. And look, you and I have never seen eye to eye. You don't even trust me. But Ellis, I'm willing to do something for you. If it at least screws over that pompous prick. I've realised that my whole plan was something of his own machinations from decades ago. So I'm going to do something for you that I probably shouldn't, but hey, I'm dead anyway. Whether you believe me or not, then no deals, no tricks. What do you say?
Is he still owning the piece of Animite that he tortured?
You can sense a lot of Animite on him.
What do I know? Which one's vaguely was the actual sound of agony coming from a single piece, or
Let
just
me
one of
put
his
it.
tattoos?
Let me put it this way: it seems to either have emanated from him himself, or something he did emitted all of their screams throughout his body. It's kind of like you can hear them humming now, but when he activated it, it was like he was expanding the range of all of them.
Can I attempt to appear, essentially just kind of walk up and give him like the hand out and appear amiable? Can I roll for deceit?
You can indeed. You can indeed roll for deceit.
Come on. 20. Does he buy it?
He looks at you, and as you're sort of like walking over, he sort of like has like a much calmer demeanor, still very cold, and he sort of looks at you and looks down at your hand with almost like the most genuine look on his face ever, like a genuine smile of like, finally someone's talking some sense. As he looks at you and goes, "Oh, if only I was into confession." As he then grabs your hand with both hands, as
Sweet.
you feel him suddenly lock into you as you can't move.
Okay, I use Zeus's bolt on him.
You can't move.
So, I don't need to move.
For this, you do.
No, do I?
Yes.
Can I just... Okay then.
As he's
Never
holding
mind,
on,
what?
as he's holding on to you, if you want to try and roll against this, you can, but whatever you roll will be at disadvantage, and it will not be allowed to use with skill harmony.
Okay. Do I... Okay. Is he... do I know what he's using against me from what I'm hearing?
Not yet, unless if you are willing to like listen to what he's saying.
No, but like which stone I mean, considering I can hear his tattoos, and I'm assuming they thrum slightly when he uses them.
Let me put it this way: when he grabs hold of you, all of them sing in a very specific way. I don't have much time left, so I'm going to do something for you, lad. You're probably not going to like it, but hey, when do we always get whatever we want?
Okay, I'll use my own chemistry then against him to lightning bolt him then, I guess.
Okay. I will
He is
say,
covered in...
I will say, if you succeed in it, you will be able to get the Zeus's bolt damage onto this.
Okie doke.
Okay.
Disadvantage, you say?
It's disadvantage and without skill harmony. Yeah.
Okie doke. Can I ask what I have to beat first?
No.
Okay. I'm assuming that doesn't happen then.
It's a 26. That's nice. You do hit him with this roll damage.
Okay. I mean, it's a 15.
Oh, okay,
There's
yeah,
disadvantage,
that's 50.
remember?
Oh, well, in that case, no, you don't.
Yeah.
I'm so used to seeing the larger numbers and just going, yeah, that's the one. No, okay, no, you don't hit him. Like, you try it and nothing happens. It's like, come on, lad. Then again, I'd be a little disappointed if you didn't try. As we now come back to, I believe it is Anarche. It is indeed Anarche's turn.
Oh boy. So there's one zombie and one Fergus in agony. And the other one is gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's also a damaged one.
Also, Lord is also there.
I mean, of course he is. Stan, is it the head you need of these bodies?
The head will do.
Okay, just don't totally obliterate them, basically.
I would like the head now. Now you speak for that.
You want the head. Okay. I will walk over to the undead zombie and I will use my bonus action to pull out Swartle.
Okay.
And I guess I will go to chop at its head, chop its head off.
Okay.
Yeah,
This is
the corpse.
Simakael, yeah?
Yeah. I'll use my usage style. This, I believe, yeah, this is only normal because, yeah, and then this next one is advantage. 34.
No, I got. Oh wait, 34. Sorry, I thought you said 24.
Yeah.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Cool.
I got 25.
46 plus. I think Swartle was plus 11, if I'm remembering. Believe so. Yeah, he's plus 11. Plus 24 plus 46s plus 86s. That's okay. 164.
Yeah, without a doubt, you chop his head off. With that, as you just slice it off, and it just rolls onto the ground. The whole, the neck just sort of burning with the energy and the electricity as it just like rolls around. Yeah, just clean. As once you do that, sort of lightning sparks off. Doesn't hit anyone, but just sparks off and like this beautiful sort of like snap, sort of noise. As that is the end of your turn, it is now the beginning of Lord's and the other Fergus's turns. The Fur guys. As they, again, they try and use fire, the two of them anyway, left over. As actually, no, there's only one now. I can believe
there's only one, and he's
one was
in
Mush.
agony.
Yeah, well, no. There's only one that is actually capable of fighting back. The other one is Mush. And then the other one is the only other one that is actually left to do anything. So he will actually try and use his fire and try to attack Felix and Anarche at the same time.
Okay.
Interesting choice.
This is a ranged attack.
This is a ranged attack, yeah.
So no reactive strike.
So we all can react to this, right?
These two can. Actually, you're flying now, so they're within your reactive range regardless. So yes.
Yes. Is everyone okay if I attempt to shoot them?
Hey, go ahead.
Go ahead. As long as I assume that still allows us to try things.
You can still try things, yeah, because he's going to try and use fire on you. He hasn't actually unleashed it yet, so you can do interruption or evasion, blast. Obviously, strike is out of the question. Blocking, because you can use obstruction.
I will probably try evasion, and I can use one of my advantage rolls.
Yeah, roll for it.
So.
And I'm not going to do anything because I trust in my good minion over here with his 35.
That's fair.
I shoot him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's the thing. You would have failed there, Felix. However, Ferg, you shoot him. Roll damage.
Already dead. 50.
Fair enough. You deal 50 points of damage. He is stopped as he goes to do so, and suddenly he's shot in the arm that he attempts to use his fire manipulation on. It does break his vitality, and it causes an injury as his arm is now has a hole through it. As we now come back to the other one,
Not now.
we come to the other one writhing in agony as you notice that Stan, you notice that suddenly one of the markings on his hand suddenly glows as the pain begins to lessen on his body as he starts looking over at you as he tries to use some kind of ability on you. How would you like to react?
I guess I'll blast him, because why not?
And anyway, so I just started blasting.
Do we get advantage against him?
Yes. Yeah.
Finally useful again.
You had to think about that one.
I did, because I had to remember it. It's been so long since it's been used. Yeah, you succeed. Roll damage. This is also going to knock him back as well, isn't it? It's going to slam him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he takes 35 points of damage and then is slammed into a wall.
It takes 46 of animite.
Ooh, okay, that's actually interesting. So in that case, he actually takes 22 from that, and then 35 from that. So that is
57.
57. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, another broken vitality.
It does indeed, and it causes an injury. Well, not an injury, an ailment, but we'll get back to that. As Lord says, well, it seems as though you're cleaning up here. I have somewhere to be. As he then just disappears.
Oh, bye.
As
Bye, Mr. Lord.
we now come back to Aldous and Fergus, as Fergus is holding your hand and just saying, it's almost over, lad. As you start noticing markings on the back of his fingers are disappearing, as Aldous, you're noticing markings on the back of your fingers are appearing.
Are they animate markings?
They are, well, they seem to be the markings of which that are from his abilities. As you notice that the ones on his right hand begin to disappear, as he keeps on doing it, you feel not necessarily a large amount of pain, but irritation, like someone's carving into the back of your finger with a pin. It's it's painful, but it's more like stinging pain, not super searing pain. As you notice that these things are sort of transferring over to you. As he's just just a couple more, just one.
I react to this?
Do you want to react to this?
Yes.
Okay.
Considering what he did, I'm going to give him the gift of song.
Okay.
And hoping that he doesn't have that, what do you call it? The one that always defeats me.
The one that always defeats you.
Yeah, the ability to just say no to everything. Denial.
Oh, denial. Yeah.
Yeah.
It works. So, you give him the song, so in other words, it stops him as he hears all of the song. He hears it as he lets go of you and sort of holds his head.
Oh, no, I'm still grabbing him.
No, because he was holding your hand, so he lets go of you.
Can I not hold his hand back?
No. As he
But it's the perfect month for it.
As he lets go, as he's sort of holding his head in pain, and he's just why did you do that? Do you say anything back to him?
I mean, can I move? You said it was.
Yeah,
can I move now?
You now can move now that he's let go of you. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you say
that's
anything?
What you're doing? Because you're hurting animate.
I'm giving you a weapon to hold back against. To hold back against who? As you suddenly see Lord right behind Fergus.
Okay. I trust neither of these people.
He then tries to turn around as suddenly, his hand just sort of brushes past him. As suddenly Fergus goes to the ground, holding his now stump of a right arm. As he then is holding just dangling his hand. You know, you are impressive, Fergus. But I always had a few things that I needed from people like you. I already learned everything that I needed to from your special clones, and I also know that you've now run out of the ability to use them as much as you had. Thanks to your revival of me. I also know that thanks to this hand now being removed, your clones won't have the ability to come back. But I also know that you took something. As he drives his finger into the tip of the back of one of his now severed hand's fingers. And I will be taking it from you. As he removes one finger and the hand drops to the floor. You can do with whatever you wish. He was trying to kill me, using you as a medium. I know that it's what you wanted. You wanted to kill him, so now you get the opportunity to.
They always just kind of looking between them, which one do I trust least? It's probably Fergus, but he doesn't trust Lord either.
You
Seems
then
like a bad time.
You then see him like removing the blood from this now gone finger as the marking on the back of the finger goes. As then the marking, once the blood invades into the palm of his hand, you then notice a much larger variant of that marking etching itself onto the back of his right hand. Toodle-hoo, Fergus. And good luck, Aldous. As he disappears. We now come back to the rest of the party, as it is now the time for Stan. Stan, you have now fired your victim off into a wall. As he's writhing in pain, you notice that there are some like veins of pink fluorescence over parts of his body where the shockwave hit him.
Now, which one is the real one?
There's only two left now.
Oh yeah, hang on, I've got to roll something. Because it's been a rotation, so... Yeah.
What's the roll? What's the roll?
You have to beat a 13.
Oh, okay, no, he does beat that.
Okay. He still takes damage.
Yep.
Um,
Bonus action, stand over stand, let me guess.
yep.
Okay. And then what?
And then I might... Yeah, I'll use my manipulation to basically try and cause another injury with the nanomachines. Yeah. Where there's optic nerves and such.
As you do so, like it causes like a massive like internal like sort of like as blood continues to like gush out of it as he's screaming, and then suddenly the screaming stops as his arms just go limp and the entire thing just turns into dust as you have put it into fatal moments, killing him as the clone is no more. And that is the end of your turn, as we now go back to, I believe it's now Felix. Felix, Simakael's dead. Well, Simakael's zombie is no longer moving, since it can't move, and neither is Wars. There is only one Fergus clone left, or Fergus left, depending on the knowledge or preference, but is he going to be sticking around for long?
Oh, we'll see if he manages as a reaction in my turn.
Okay.
But yeah, I will just go for a Sonic Strike combo.
Roll for it.
Yep. 25.
As you start running towards him, readying up this punch, he goes, no, wait, no, wait. As like you just rush towards him, he then tries on his like classic spatial mirror, but your hand gets past his hands beforehand. I need to stop saying before he is able to finish it off. As your fist slams into his face, roll damage.
Okay. God, why is it not copied down? Gotta go to our DMs again and copy it. Give me a second. And I believe the last attack, so it would be plus 26 as well. So, yeah. 126.
Yeah, as you wallop this dude, finally bashing in, you just suddenly get like a twinge of all of these emotions of like everything he has done, every person that he has asked you to kill, forced you to maim, all the things that he has done and taken from you and caused. All of this pain comes flooding back to you. Roll me nerve.
Okay.
Brilliant.
As you push it all down, you just think to yourself, I don't forgive you. And I don't forget this pain. but I will not let you possess me or my emotions any longer. As your fist drives right through, it smashes into the rock behind him, and a massive explosion of force as this thing, as its head is gone, and as the explosion of the force from the fist striking against the wall detonates the lower part of the body, and he just splats into nothing, as the entire walls begin to sort of rock, and cracks go all throughout the rest of sort of the rock surfacing of the inside of this cave. As that happens, it is now end of combat, as there are no more Ferguses left on the playing field. No more undeads left on the playing field, as it is now.
If it wasn't out of combat, that was technically a combo.
Yes, yeah. That's the
Time to make a few freezer boxes.
as Lord suddenly appears back in the place, and he just says, "Well, you've certainly cleared that up. Aldous should be with you shortly."
Oh, cool. As I'll put my sword away and pick up the head.
That was a good exercise.
Indeed it was. I got to see all of your abilities up close and personal. Which I like to call that an absolute win.
Unlucky has flashbacks through time.
You suddenly get a twinge of thought.
Is Lord actually an Ake from the past, future?
Technically, that line is actually a line that
The Legion line.
the Legion
yeah.
used to use.
the guy from
thousands of legions.
Which is obviously just a joke that was ripped off from Adventures Endgame.
Yeah.
Hashtag we miss you, Alfie.
So that's it? The end of Fergus?
Well, I bloody well suppose it will be. But I guess that's all down to your man, isn't it? As we now come back to Aldous.
Okay.
Fergus is holding his bloodied stump as he sort of looks over at you, and he just goes, "Why? I could have given you all these powers. And the one thing that you needed to beat him."
Is he still covered in tattoos, or is he entirely clear now?
Some of them are missing. You've now at least got 5 imprinted onto your left hand.
Okay. I'm going to raise the spear then. Don't worry. You still will. And I'm going to attempt to stab him straight through the heart with it.
Fair enough. I guess that's...
I mean, do I have to roll? Because this is... Don't make me roll strength.
This is either... Well, do you have spear proficiency?
Nope.
Then it's strength.
Okay. Well, that was a...
I mean, can you just use the chemistry in it to manipulate?
Nah, it's too late now. Strength.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Actually, then again, you do have like super strength because you're amalgamated to the the basilisk.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Actually, then again, we never stated that you were transformed and being knocked
Well, I never
unconscious.
de-transformed. Do I de-transform when I'm knocked out?
You are de-transformed when you're knocked out.
Okay, then. I am not transformed.
Wait.
Wait, it doesn't say that.
Wait. No, it does. Well, all transformation abilities act like that unless state otherwise. But actually, I was going to say something even more hilarious. Because I have to roll disadvantage, and I just got a natural 1.
Oh.
As you plunge this into him, as he's just like choking on this blood, as you plunged it into him, he just looks at you one last time and just sort of smiles with his blood-filled mouth and his blood-stained teeth. He just looks and smiles, and then the only thing that escapes from his mouth is, "Good luck." And as he goes limp on the end of this spear.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to pull the spear out.
As it does, sparks of electricity cauterize the wound going outwards. It is done. Fergus is dead.
He's just kind of appreciating the moment, considering just how much he grew to hate him.
Yeah.
Especially after he tortured Animite there. He's just kind of listening to the songs, thinking, yes, did some good today.
There is something that you do notice. The pieces in your hand, in your left hand, sing almost a beautiful, high-pitched, melodic rhythm. It's almost like a sort of a soprano sort of melody. One would hear in a church choir. As the notes go higher and higher, you don't feel the cold, you don't feel the pain, you don't feel anything. You just feel their sentiment, and their sentiment is freedom.
Okay. Well, he's a corpse, so I'm going to. Can I attempt to freeze him?
With what?
Water manipulation.
Yes. You've got
Hydrokinesis, I mean.
Yeah. You've got hydrokinesis temperature manipulation, haven't you?
Yes.
I mean, to be entirely honest, the reason I'm asking is not actually for the factor of like, oh, can you freeze him? It's actually, can you control snow? Because obviously he's definitely going to be able to freeze anyway, naturally, because you are in the middle of the tundra lands.
I'm also wanting to freeze him so I can then shove him into my portal.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, he's pretty frozen.
Yeah,
and I
won't ask you to roll for. I won't ask you to roll for the thingy, for the pocket dimension.
Yeah.
So you freeze him and then just pop him in there for now.
Yeah, just enjoying the moment, looking to the sunrise, hearing the songs, seeing the clouds, just enjoying it, and then realizing, how am I meant to get back? Which is one of those concerns, considering I think it's been at least 5 minutes and I can't go back after 5 minutes.
Actually, it's only been a couple of minutes. It's been about 3 or 4 minutes, so you're on your last wings. But that concern doesn't concern you as much for some reason. Something in you makes it known that even if it's after 5 minutes, there is still a chance that you can come back. But you don't. That's not coming from you. That's coming from one of the feelings in your hand.
Is it? Oh. Okay. Sorry, I'm just having the fear now that I'm going to be the Fergus. But no, I will attempt to can I attempt to not control, but kind of ask them to see what they are, to see if they can bring me home. But using
I'm going to say roll
catalyst.
Your apostle ability instead of catalyst.
There we go. 27.
When you do so, it's almost like as if you feel a vision in your head. As you do so, this strange vision appears to you in almost this cloudy city of almost like pink clouds and strange yellow bolts of lightning. As you feel like these strange different colors of clouds appear, as 5 different colors of clouds appear. As one of them, you don't hear voices. Instead, these clouds suddenly have electricity arcs that light them up. And as they do, one of them makes you don't hear anything, and no words or sounds come to your mind or ears, but instead, it's almost like you think the words yourself. And as one does this, the one in your middle finger, in your left hand, your middle finger, the word comes to your mind: teleportation. Do you listen to the others?
I mean, after giving a small prayer saying thank you for telling me, then
The
yes, I will go out. I'll probably, yeah, I'll still listen to the other ones
The
if
next
they'll allow
one,
me.
yeah, absolutely. In fact, you feel like as if you've been invited to this. That there's this overwhelming presence of they are actually thanking you. That they are saying that you feel these words of gratefulness, thankfulness, and again freedom. That they are free because of you, and that they are willing to give you this grace. Because that although that they were forced upon you against your will, you're the first person to ever ask them for permission. As the next one, the word fire in your mind, which is on your right-hand thumb. Sorry, your left-hand thumb, sorry. So these are all on your left hand, sorry. So this is on your... So teleportation is on your middle finger. Pyrokinesis is on your thumb. The next cloud, which is on your little finger, is necrosis. The next one after that is on your pointer finger, which is spatial.
Okay.
And the last one, which is on your ring finger, is... Just having a look at this. Healing factor.
Okay, those are good.
Yep.
Yeah, I will thank them for allowing me this, and also quietly glad that I've done something good for Anime. Anime is pleased with me, considering it's been somewhat uncertain for a while how they view me.
As you are suddenly pulled out of this, I would like you to roll me a nerve with disadvantage.
Okay. Where's my nerve? Okay. At 15.
You come out of this daze and you felt like as if you were close to sort of welling up, but instead you felt a sense of purpose, that not only were they good enough to grace you with that, but that on top of that you now know, as you said, you now know that there's almost an acceptance to it, whether it's all of Animite or just these pieces, that there are voices left over, whether it's from Animite or from the powers that were held by the users. Whatever it is, there is something out there that has accepted you. A piece of this has accepted you.
Yeah. Brightest moment of his life, probably.
With that being said, you then remember the feeling of the teleportation of your middle finger. And that all you need to do is just think of a place from your past, or be creative enough with something that you have been to or seen before, regardless of if it's in this world, and just activate the stone in your finger.
Okay. I will attempt to remember where the group was, because I don't know where that is.
Roll me history.
Plus 2. Okay.
You cannot really remember where they went. But
Pretty sure it was in a building somewhere.
even though that you cannot remember where they went, you know that at the very least, that they could at the very least go back to Jotun Jail. And the one thing that you remember about Jotun Jail is it is your church. Roll me SP. This time you can use skill harmony with this, by the way. Fuck's sake, Sam. You had one job, bro. One job.
Actually, wait. Could I just realized
You have a
considering
practice, I think, don't you?
No, I've got bonus action catalyst, can do non-combative 10 or lower
Yes!
abilities as a quick action, whatever that is.
There's only
Can I
one
do that?
There's only one problem. Teleportation everywhere man's teleportation requires 15 or a 20.
Okay, I'll use my practice for the day.
Roll for it.
Okay, here comes...
If you get another natural 20. Alright, screw it, that's enough.
2.
Yeah, 2 varies, that's fine. As you disappear from that place and reappear in the middle of your church.
Now I'm slightly uncertain if Animite likes me or not, considering the luck it just gave me.
It's less Animite, and you feel that this is more of like your own concentration.
I'm
As
just
we
too
now,
happy right now.
we now come back to the rest of the
Overwhelmed.
party as obviously Lord has just said, oh, he'll be back with us shortly, or perhaps, I don't know, he'll go wherever. But hey, Fergus isn't going to be bothering you anytime soon, or probably ever again.
Well, that's one good upside. So should we wait here, or should we just go back? I mean, we can always call Aldous at any point.
I'm sure that you can get rid of him. Sorry.
What?
Get rid of him. Why do I think of getting rid of him? Sorry. I'm sure that you can find him soon enough. You have one of those wrist thingies, bands. I'm sure that'd be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just call him right now, see if he's safe.
Yes, you should definitely do that. Once that's
Stan, do
done-
you want this head?
Yes, I would like all of the body parts.
all of the body parts. Damn.
Alright. Do you want them chopped up, or do you just want them...
We have experiments to do.
Good lord.
Alright. I guess
Good
I'll help.
lord.
I'll help Stan with his body collection.
I'm just gonna
assuming that-
start making like big cold boxes for each separate person. You know,
Okay.
start
There's
organizing them.
There's only 2, but just roll both of those rolls whilst that's going on. You're doing that, I guess. Anarchy, you don't really have to roll to open up your pocket dimension, so obviously you can just put them in.
No, I can only make one cold box.
You make
Oh,
one
no.
cold box. Which body do you want to put which body do you want to put in which cold box, or specifically, which body do you want to put in the cold box?
I'll just take the
Because obviously, Simakael is one head and one torso in 2 separate pieces, whereas War is somewhat intact. It's just that a lot of the internals are very badly damaged.
You know, I'll put Lauren, and then I'll put the head in, because obviously I can identify that pretty easily.
Yeah.
I was just worried about mixing them up, you know. We've got to
Yeah.
be careful with that kind of.
I'll put the body and the remains in one of the coffins. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, that pocket dimension ain't going anywhere, so they'll definitely keep.
It's in one of the coffins. Probably one of the king's coffins.
So yeah, box goes in, body goes in one of the boxes. Both are now inside of the Phantom Gate as the portal shuts. You then just sort of see. I will point out. I guess anyone except from Ferb can roll this. So you 3 roll me a. I'm gonna say perception or insight.
Stupid question. Are we in a city?
I think you know that you're inside of a cavern. No,
We could be in a city.
You know,
it doesn't
Lord-
matter if it's in a
Lord-
city or not. You can't tell if it's in a city.
Lord would be your perfect ally if you didn't have denial, because he could just make you think you're in a city.
That is actually a good point now. I think about it.
You said insight or perception?
Yeah, you get to
Or
choose.
perception.
Do I want
Oh.
a -1 or do I want a flat roll?
I mean, that's up to you. And Anarche, you also have that choice.
I'll roll an insight.
Okay.
If it,
You know, just
the bodies are more important anyway.
This
you know?
is this is an insight Cool.
Okay, the insiders don't notice this, but Stan, you notice that you notice that Lord is checking the back of his hand, checking the back of his right hand, and then once you like start staring at him for a long enough time, he looks at you, and then just sort of takes his hand away from each other, as he then just goes, "Right, I am going to go and see my grandchildren." As he then walks up to Sasaki and Tori. "Let's go now," as he places both of his hands on both of their shoulders, and then they just all three of them disappear.
Well, I guess we should just go back to you jail.
Felix will de-transform at this point.
Good. You are
I'll
on,
follow wherever you go, boss.
you are on
Cool.
N-3.
You said N-3?
N-3. Basically, whatever number that you have
Okay.
right now, minus 3 of that. N-3.
So I'm at 36.
Okay.
I was like, what is N? For a second I thought you were like 10 minus 3.
No,
so
no,
like,
it's an
7?
it's an algebraic term, okay?
Right.
You could have just said minus 3.
But then you would have thought that you had minus 3 points.
I can't have negative points.
Who's the DM here?
You know what? I guess
Me.
if no one's true.
Please.
Unless anyone else is concerned, I guess we'll go outside of Stan's lab.
Okay. All of you head through. I'm assuming. Do you de-transform, by the way, Ferb?
Yeah, because I don't think a spinning minigun shooting Sonic would be a good way to rock up.
Fair enough. By the way, as you before they go through the portal, so this is just before everyone enters the portal. So you're about to open it and you go, okay, I guess we'll go to Stan, just outside of Stan's house. You finally get in contact with Aldous, unless, of course, if Aldous you don't want to pick up your band, as you get a call.
Oh yeah, Aldous will answer it.
There you go. You are now linked to a call.
Aldous, are you doing alright?
Yes, I'm doing quite fine now.
Good, good. Where are you?
I'm at the cathedral,
Cathedral?
back on Uton Island.
Oh, your church! Wait,
Ah,
Fergus took you there?
Fergus is no longer our concern.
That's
Oh.
cryptic.
That is
I
very
slaughtered him,
cryptic.
didn't you, buddy?
If you had said that to me, I would have thought that you were been possessed by Fergus.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Okay. Okay.
But you said it how you said it, and you know what? We
Yeah.
we love you for it, Sam.
I'm just preparing my axe. Don't mind me.
Fergus is 7 feet underground. Therefore, he's in, I don't know, one of the other cities.
Well, that's great. Good to hear you're alright. Worried a little bit once you just vanished.
Yeah. Where are the rest of you?
We're just about to head to you. We're portaling over to Stan's site. So we'll see you there.
Then I shall go there as well. Your arm is still broken, isn't it?
Yeah. It really hurts.
I'm sorry that I failed to help when I was there last.
Don't worry about it. We all have our off days. I shot myself using my own bullets once.
Like I said once, it's still within the same 24-hour cycle that you shot yourself with your own bullets.
Did you actually do that?
Yeah. It got
Hey,
deflected.
hi.
It got deflected, to be fair. It wasn't.
Oh.
He shot
Well,
it. It got
how
deflected.
could you fire so many bullets and not hit yourself with one?
That's fair.
I mean,
That's
true.
valid.
Still.
If anything, it's impressive that he's only been shot by one of his own bullets, and it's happened this recently.
Yeah.
I mean, that we know of.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
That he's willing to admit to.
That's fair.
No problem, I shall
Don't
do
worry
that.
about it. Cool. I'll let the guys know. Take care, Aldous.
You too.
Once the call ends, Anarche, you open up the portal.
Bloop, bloop,
We'll
bloop.
see him. He's already on the island.
Oh, That's convenient.
As you all
Well,
head
you better
through,
get going.
as you all head through the portal, and now enter just outside of just outside of Stan's workshop, aka
What the
his
fuck
house.
was that, Joe? It
aka
wasn't even F.
Don't look, I've had to say a lot of F-based names
It's
over the
getting
last few
worse
years.
and worse as it goes on.
I do have
Okay, so we get to
a.
Full Man's house.
Ftan, Fanake, Foldus.
Told us.
I mean, that's going to be
Aldous.
when Aldous dies by falling to death. He's going to be called Aldous.
Foldus, yeah.
I do have a question.
Mhm.
I don't know what kind of role this would be, but does it feel like Felix's heart is back where it should be, or does it feel?
No, that you haven't felt any difference since the situation, since the moment.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure man still has your heart.
Yeah. Which means he has leverage.
Yes, I believe that is the point.
By the way, I'm assuming that you haven't voiced this concern out.
I
to the
have
rest of
not.
the-
Yeah, no.
Can I
I
teleport to
don't-
meet them there?
I don't think any of you can read minds.
If you want to teleport to them, you're going to have to roll me again a history to remember roughly where Stan's house is.
Oh.
Right.
Can,
Also, yeah, no, go on.
can these get an advantage considering it's on an island I've been walking about on a lot?
I'll give you an advantage this one time, just so that you can actually see what this ability is, but
Okay then, never
No.
mind.
no.
Wow.
Looks like you're...
Don't ask me to roll history, Joe.
That's literally how the ability works. You have to roll history for places you've been and creativity for places that you are seeing pictures of or even trying to come up with random locations.
And I should probably use my historian trait from now on.
Do you have,
Alright,
do you
how
have,
about-
do you have tradesperson for that?
No, but I can
Oh.
level up to get that, I think. Actually, no, I can't,
No, you
because
can't,
I've
it's
used my
your max
level.
So, no.
Biggie.
Biggest doof.
Oh,
So it
I
looks
did the
like you're
goof
either walking or you're going to have to just keep teleporting from place to place.
Now, I shall fly high up above and see if I figure out where it is.
Fair enough. Well, whilst that's going on, the rest of the party get out through there as you now outside of Stan's house / workshop / lab.
Right. Stan, do you want help with this, or is this more of a...
No, this is more of a me
You
and
think?
Stan kind of job.
Right. I guess I'll just give you the body and we'll leave you to it.
Yep.
Alright.
Leave me to it. Oh, there might be a lot of noise and something like terraforming down here. Don't worry about that. I'm just
Oh.
making a bigger lab.
Okay. Also, I completely forgot. I gave you the book, but you probably can't read it, can you?
Oh, I can soon sort that out.
Oh, I was going to give you one of the orbs, but okay, fair enough.
But if you're offering me some kind of treasure, then
Very quick to change your mind, I see.
Treasure.
As suddenly, like some very large holograms come out, all like massive holograms that are so big that you can see it from the sky from wherever you are on this island. As the audio plays, it is an arcade talking with, Maximilian, Stilton Maximilian, and he then gives over the stone. And then it keeps cutting back and forth with a couple of different questions, and then it then cuts to the question where he says, "What would you prefer? Having it that the tournament ends, or having it that the tournament continues, but every time that someone gets a band of a specific level, they then get to choose or change rules, or get their money in currency, and an arcade chooses for the tournament to continue." As then the reel continues again as it repeats. And it continues on a repeat for about 3 separate times, which gets really irritating, really, really boring. And then it shuts off.
Man, that was annoying.
Yeah. Though, I gotta admit, it was weird when the bands were still on our arm when you came back. But did you really want the tournament to keep going?
Well, like, it might not be my brightest decision I've ever made. But
Hey, no judgment, boss. But
I mean, at the time, it didn't seem so bad.
There's some judgment from Felix.
Yeah.
He's playing it, but there's some judgment.
Right. Actually, that's the point. Felix, I need to ask you this question because it's quite important.
Of course.
Are we making this wish before the war or after? Because obviously, during the war, there is a possibility this thing could get destroyed. But obviously, beforehand, things could get messy. But I do have an idea to not make that happen, so...
I feel as though it would be safer after.
I mean, if you want, I'm just saying I have this Galand, you know, the Power King dude. He gave me and Aldous a favor each. I kind of want to get Pinky out the way of all this, because I'm not going to lie, she's not strong enough to survive this. So, I was just thinking we could use that and have her and your family be safe while the war's going on.
If you think that'll work.
I mean, it should do.
Alright then.
what do you got to worry about, Felix? When has Anarcha ever let you down?
Start sweating.
I think it would just be funny. Anake starts sweating, but then he goes, and vice versa. When has Felix ever been not trustworthy? Felix starts sweating.
Look, we're all dodgy here. We can accept that.
As you say, we're all dodgy here. We can accept that. You just suddenly see Aldous teleport into existence.
See, exactly what I mean.
There you are. This is on the other side. I thought this was on the other side of the island.
Yeah. Also, when could you teleport? I know you could portal, but
And I will lift my hand up to show the couple of tattoos, the 5 tattoos I have.
Oh. Did you steal those off Fergus's corpse?
No, oddly enough, he gave them to me.
it's gonna glance at Felix.
Wow,
Just like...
he really was desperate.
To be honest, I don't give a shit at this point.
Oh,
Well, I guess we're
Is
going off
Felix
to
British?
Hesconia.
yes.
Alright. Yes.
Oh yes, your arm. And I will quickly.
Oh yeah.
Actually, wait. No, I do need it all. That.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do. Come on, be good for 17.
That's good enough.
That's good enough. Let's see what is the healing dice again.
I mean, it doesn't matter. He didn't take any damage.
Is they not? Okay, you lose 2 ailments.
Yeah.
I mean, I took
fixed
5
your arm.
damage.
Oh, okay. Well, his bare minimum is like 10 or 15 anyway, so I mean, that's... Yeah, he
No,
doesn't need
bare
it.
minimum is 2.
Oh yeah, no, because you only add the bonus SP to if there are no ailments, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, you can roll if you want. Oh, exactly 5! Woo!
Bam!
Anyway.
Nah, that's a whole 50 points. My whole 50 points by 6,500.
Ooh. As we now move on from that, yes, you've now had your arm fixed. By the way, I want to point out, Aldous, you also saw the large visions that played 3 times, saying about the Miracle Stone and also about the fact that the tournament is still going on.
Yeah, I don't know how Aldous thinks about that because He was given a vision to come to them, and it was part of the tournament that allowed him this great bounty of making Animite happy with him. So he's kind of thinking maybe this is just one of the many. Maybe it is just fate continuing on, or maybe it's not. He doesn't know. You have to dream upon it and ask. But he's not angry with Anaka yet.
Yet, being the keyword.
Possibly.
As
Possibly,
for now,
yes.
I would recommend that we all get some rest. It's been a long 24 hours.
Oh, you want to wait before doing it then?
I would rather wait, yes.
Alright.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have at least a little break after all that running around.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Well, I guess good luck, you two. I'm gonna go and do something. I still feel pretty energized.
Well, as for the rest of you, as you head off to whatever you wish to do, I'm assuming Felix and Ferb, at the very least, you wish to go and get some rest.
Yeah, I will be taking a long rest, but I will be using one of my sleep pills at half the time.
Fair enough. As for I'm gonna say you don't even have to roll anything. That instant success for that. I'm gonna say Aldous. What about you? What do you want to do in this time?
I'm going to try and preach again and tell them about the time Anne liked me.
Okay, I'm going to say that will leave that to downtime, because I'm going to be giving you guys some downtime afterwards. But yeah, but we'll add that to one of the things that you'll do during your downtime. Do you want to take a rest, or do you want to also do some stuff?
I might go for a sleep and attempt to dream of Animite.
Okay, so you're going to go for long rest as well. Ferb, what about yourself? Long rest or short rest?
Yeah, I'll take a long rest.
Okay. I'm assuming that Stan is staying awake to do his things.
Yes.
Okay.
Stan is doing many things.
And Anarke, you're going off to do something.
Yeah, who is, considering I can sense everyone on the island, who are the other Ushimar members still here?
All 5 of them are here, including Lord. And by the way, just as an additional note, you notice that Lord's presence is of the similar level of strength as to Majra's.
Oh.
Stupid question. Also, this is, I feel like I have no way of knowing. But can Anake sense Felix's heart, like anywhere near Lord?
No.
Okay.
He can sense Felix, but he can't sense a separate, tinier Felix.
No. I mean, I might go and crash their reunion. I don't know.
Something that you have noticed that is probably keeping to your mind is that you sense a lot of different people. By the way, where is the Miracle Stone as of right now? Is it in your pocket dimension, or is it in your hand? Is it in a pocket? Where is it?
I don't think considering he got robbed from his pocket dimension, I don't feel like he trusts it at the... I mean, I know the guy who did it is gone, but I feel like at least...
He hid it in the bagel house.
Yes.
Places it in a muffin?
Yeah.
There's
that's how I'm gonna make the muffin man.
Pinky eats said muffin.
Yep.
becomes God.
Yep. Dad, you've revealed my secret plan: poisoning someone with the Miracle Stone.
Poisoning someone with the powers of God.
Yeah.
I mean that's an isekai I haven't seen yet.
Weirdly enough, I've seen something similar, but it's not an isekai. It's.
I know there's apparently one where like a guy becomes God and like decides to instantly die and kills everyone else because of it.
I mean, I've seen something similar, but that would be spoilers for a thing that I don't know.
Fair enough. Anyway, moving on.
I could do a Kimberly and keep it in my mouth.
Oh, shit, yeah. Or even have it like in that sort of like convergence of like you've swallowed it, but then you sort of regurgitate it later or something. Or keep it.
Sure, yeah, you know what? We're gonna do that. Let's see how that turns out.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Never mind. So I'm assuming that actually, it's up to you where you put it. If it's in,
I'm gonna keep it. I'll keep it in my left hand for now.
For some reason, I thought another one in your shoe, just the really annoying pebble in your shoe.
Yep.
Okay.
So or like in the back of my sock. I'm actually gonna go and see Jimmy Grum first because I want to know if those rings are done.
Well, you go to see Jimmy Grum. I want to point out it's basically been a day and a half since you asked him about these rings. As you go to see him. Oh, okay. It's been all too long. I haven't seen you in a hot spell of about, what, day and a half?
Yeah, I believe something like that. How's it been?
Not too bad, my lad. So what have you come down this neck of the woods for?
Well, I was wondering if those rings are done yet. Or
Gonna
am I a
stop
bit
you right
early
there,
for that?
lad. Well, I've already done them.
Oh.
Simple piece of jewellery myself. Nearly chipped my old tools trying to get them fixed, but there you go. There's only one issue with them. You see,
That is.
well, when a person makes jewellery, or rings specifically, they have to know exactly what it is. That is, their size. But I took that into consideration and mixed it up with a little bit more something else. So you see, these rings, they'll adjust to the size of the particular person. So, yeah, you're welcome.
Oh. Neat.
Has dilated the blood a little. They won't exactly grant you any extra special or unordinary additional bonuses to yourself, but they're exactly what you needed. Teleportation markers to your own phase gating.
Yeah, for my teammates and other places. I also had another question while I'm here. I take off the jewelry that I've had around my neck. Is this anything special, or?
Well, I mean, it's a beautiful looking piece. A little bit of blood on it, but it's alright if I take a look.
Yeah, go ahead.
He touches it, and then his eyes glow yellow. Holy mother of all that is good. This is an exquisite piece. What are you looking for to sell for it?
Oh, you want to buy it? Oh, okay.
Or trade, I don't mind.
Well, what's your finest stock at the moment? I'll have to see first.
Well, I've got all sorts of swords and bits and bobs, but I've got armour as well. Or I could maybe make a custom tailored suit for yourself. I hear that you're going to war.
Yes, and I feel like this attire doesn't really appropriate that much, so...
I want to point out that that attire that you're wearing is covered in blood, burned in places, like torn in others, like...
I need something fashionable yet practical, and this isn't doing it at the moment.
Well, I've got an idea. I could build you something. Something strong and durable, yet also versatile in the location that you need, whilst also having the perfect levels of irony and unironic taste and texture.
Oh, I like it.
I thought you might. So, here's the deal. I'll take this, and I'll make you the finest suit of armour, but I'm going to need some more blood.
Oh, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Perfect. He extracts the blood from you and takes the piece and places it into what looks to be a large metal trunk. As he opens and unbolts it, he then throws it in as it then closes itself and locks itself. I'll get on that. It'll take me about 2 weeks.
I believe that should be plenty of time.
Perfect. Besides, gives you enough time to do whatever you need. By the way, you wouldn't by any chance want that stone that you've been carrying around in that armour, would you?
Oh, I assume he means the stone and the brace, like the thing I gave him.
He nudges his hand and he nudges his head, and therefore his eyes lock onto your left hand.
Oh. Oh. You mean the miracle stone?
Yes, I don't think that you really take me for a fool, do you? If these eyes can see what superpowers you have. He then closes his eyes and opens them as the eyes no longer glow yellow. You can only just imagine what kind of stuff that's doing to my eyesight when I'm looking anywhere near that thing. It's like staring into the sun.
Yeah, sorry about that. I got sensory overload the first time. I kind of need it, so I'm afraid I can't do business with you on that one.
Oh no, lad, I think you mistook me. I'm not asking for the champion's weapon. I'm asking if you want me to place it in your armour, nearing of the time.
Oh.
It will still be on your possession within the next 2 weeks, of course I hope so. And if it is, I'll place it in there on the last day of its forging. You just come to me when it needs to be worn.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a Narke monologue for like in a head talk because he just promised Felix that he would do the thing.
Gotta roll will.
Yeah, but armor with miracle stayed in. Sounds pretty gay.
I mean, again, Felix did say he can wait.
He said he can wait until after the war in case of like it being needed to be used as a weapon, but
I think it's also the fact that Anarchy doesn't trust that, as I said before, he doesn't really trust himself for extra 2 weeks, if not longer, with it. I'm gonna roll a pride with disadvantage, and I say I'll leave the check for you, but I'll just say if he gets a bad low roll, I think
10 or below.
Yeah, something like that. I think he'll agree to it on that instance, unless you want to reverse it and the higher roll is the bad roll.
I'm gonna say pride with disadvantage. I'm gonna say obviously you have to roll. Let's roll. Do I ask you to roll nerve or do I ask you to roll willpower? No, you know what? I will ask you to roll willpower. Obviously, it's just willpower. It's none of the paths, but yeah, it's disadvantage. And I'm gonna say it needs to get a
15 or up.
I'm gonna say, can you roll me an intelligence first, actually, because this will depend.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Natural one.
You need a 25. Get me a 25 on a disadvantage.
I like these odds.
Let's
go.
Oh, I like it.
No.
There is a part of you that's like, I mean, he said it was an ironic with an it's an ironic with an unironic twist and texture to it. This stone won't be used up when it's placed in the armor. So it's not like as if... Also, I wouldn't have to keep holding it in combat. And to be honest, I mean, showing up the angels, that doesn't sound too bad. So it's almost like your ego is getting further and further inflated. And he's even just like, hey, look, that's the champion stone, and you're the champion. And like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I am. I am the champion, aren't I? So all these things are flooding in your head, and you suddenly come to this realization that if anyone deserves this miracle armor, it's me.
I think he's doing thinking man pose, and then he's just nodding his head, and the smile keeps growing more and more. So he just looks like a fucking weirdo, probably. To grow. You know what? Yes, let's do that. I think that's a good idea.
Brilliant. I'll make a placement in for it. Very well then, lads. Thank you, as always, for doing business. And if you've got any of your mates who need anything, obviously I'm always open for money or trade. And now that you've kept the old tournament going, I can take any kind of currency I want and need.
Well, you're welcome. Now, I think I'll leave you to it. Thanks for the business.
Take care. As you head off, we now come back to... who said that they were staying up, or was it just Stan who's staying up?
Just Stan, I think.
Okay.
Oldest is going to sleep, yeah.
So, Stan, are you just building stuff, and is this stuff that can be done in downtime?
I suppose so. I'm getting the old dagger that I haven't been using much. I'm gonna basically make a huge factory.
Okay.
Underneath the ground.
Fair enough.
Full of my equipment.
Yeah, you build some bits and bobs underneath and fully terraform the underground of this part as the rock. The best thing to say, instead of the rock being moved, the rock basically gets completely turned into things like metal and all sorts of different bits and pieces. Because again, it's transmuting it and altering its shape and stuff. Meanwhile, with all of this going on, a couple of tremors can be felt in the ground. Not enough to shake everything, but enough to sort of feel like the floor was vibrating for a bit. As an arcade, where do you head off to next? Oh, is Kane muted?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's right.
Yes. Yeah, I have two options. I'm either going to see Pinky or I'm going to crash a family reunion. Well, I have to be honest. The family reunion crashing sounds a lot more fun.
Well, you can head off and do that, and whilst that's going on, Aldous,
Yep.
roll me your thing to activate your dream.
Hey. No.
No.
Oh, so close!
Every
Not really. I needed 25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
freaking time. Don't you have a? You don't have a
I mean-
practice, do you?
No, I got rid of that for the ability to turn on and turn off animate things.
Isn't that beautifully, hilariously, disgustingly ironic? Anyway,
Oh well.
I don't think
One
anyone else
day.
has like a dream-based thing. So yeah, everyone else is getting like the start of their rest whilst like the the underground is being terraformed. Anarke, you head over to eventually like get to one of the accommodation buildings as you sense all of the Ushimar there.
You know, I'll be kind and knock on the door. I'm sure they know it's me, but
As you go over to the door and you're about to knock, you then just hear the words, "Come in!"
oh, okay. I open the door.
You open the door and eventually sort of like walk in. You see all of them are there, just sat down on like sofas and chairs around, sort of like with at the head of the living room, sat in like a big beanie chair. Is just Lord, as he's just sort of looking like very like ominous, but also very uncomfortable because he's just in this very overly saggy beanbag chair. Ah, Anarke, it's been all so long. Of nearly 45 minutes.
I know.
This is somewhat of an interesting family gathering here. I was just talking to some of my grandchildren and great-grandchild. So what is it that we can do for you? I sense that you've not come here for any particular reason beyond chit-chat.
You know, I just wanted to see if everything's all good. Just let you know, accommodations can be adjusted if you wish. The Stan fellow can do that. I believe he'll be busy for probably the next couple of hours, but if you wish
Anarke, you've promised me an entire kingdom after the war. I don't think that there's anything else that I could need from you.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Besides, I've already come to the realization that after everything else that I will have, I won't need anything else. My family will have their retribution. My collection of Animite tales will be up to about 6 or 7. I will have multiple of the ongoing orbs, and on top of that I will then have an entire kingdom to rule over. Quite frankly, as gifts go, there's very little that others have ever given for me. So thank you.
Well, you're welcome, and I'm sure as you already know, but I wish to reiterate myself. I do generally mean no ill will towards you or your family. If anything, they've been most helpful towards my own growth, so...
Well, if you need anything from me or my kin, you are more than welcome to stop by and ask me many questions, although I'm pretty sure I already know most of the answers to them.
Cool.
Marjora then goes, and just so that we are entirely clear, you will be integrated into the clan if you do still so wish.
Yes! Does like the arm pump thing.
There are a few trials that you must go through first, but we are confident that you will make it through.
Ooh, that sounds intriguing.
I'm sure it is.
Well, alright, that's pretty much all I wanted to ask, really. Let's just quick catch-up.
Very well.
Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to enjoy my... Looks out the window. What time of day is it?
It's relatively sort of like midday-ish time, because again, like it's only a couple of hours after you left, so it's actually coming off to sort of like, well, it's now about afternoon, sort of 3 o'clock-ish, so it's still sunny out.
I'm going to go and enjoy my afternoon. I have not eaten anything for a while, so I'm hungry.
as you sort of go off, we'll now be going into a 2-week period of downtime in which that you will be given the 3 different opportunities of social. You'll be given the opportunities of social, study, or training, and then the third and final one is personal. So you'll be either able to do things that are benefiting you to yourself, whether it's building up bits and pieces, whether it's relationships with others, or just doing things that help you understand more people, maybe learn abilities from other people. Training, which is building up, replacing, altering any of your perks or desired abilities or trades, as well as proficiencies. And then finally, personal, which is stuff that you'll be able to do, which is either buying things, getting bits and pieces done, or even building up stuff that you already have, making stuff, etc., etc. With this, this pretty much coincides with the ending of this session. As we're pretty much just up to the nearly the 3-hour point. So all I will say is this is the end of this session. Next session, you guys will be sorting out your downtime and also talking about and building up a plan for the end of the beginning, should I say, the main battle plan for the war upon Matrata, the holy city of Eden. Thank you very much for everyone who is listening. This has been the Dev Plays the Crucible of Avarice, using the Animite Tales tabletop RPG system. Thank you very much for listening, and as always, have a wonderful night. Check us out at #AnimiteTales on YouTube, and of course, follow us at Twitter at AnimiteTales, or check out the game at animitetales.com.
Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.
How many 2 berries was there?
A lot.
Some.
Yeah.
6.
I mean, at least 3 from me.
Yeah.
Ciao, ciao for now.